Thank you. Well, we know Greg Schiano takes great pride in his team's playing great defense tonight. They're going to have to get it done with a few key pieces missing. The headliner, Mohamed Touré, he suffered his second ACL injury in 3 seasons. Greg Schiano announced that Touré would be out for the season last week. Now, in the long run, the Scarlet Knights expect Tyreen Powell to step up in his absence. However, Powell is questionable. He's still working his way back from an Achilles injury that he suffered in February. So we'll see how much, if at all, the Scarlet Knights lean on him today. Now, that means the Scarlet Knights, they're turning to junior linebacker from the Great White North, DJ Jabome. Now, DJ has a tremendous story getting here to Piscataway. We might get more into that later tonight. However, this is the most responsibility he's had to take on so far in his young career. So we'll see how he handles that. Along the defensive line, Wesley Bailey, Troy Rainey, both out for the Scarlet Knights, and Flip Dixon out in the secondary. So Greg Schiano and his defense, they're going to have to turn to a lot of new faces tonight that are going to step up and potentially have a big opportunity in front of them.
Taryn, no question about that. We'll see that defense second, though, as Howard won the toss and elected to defer, so Rutgers will get the ball first. It is 74 degrees. It is sticky down on the field. Matt and I have already gone through different suits tonight, at least one of us. Download the Fox Weather app for all your information. Yesterday, though, it was 100, so you'll take 75.
I'll take that every time, yeah. I'm not bad sticky, though. Kind of like sticky.
Heard that. That's why wings are your favorite. That is a true freshman back deep to receive, Ben Black. He is a speedster, one of the fastest guys on the team. Out of Charlotte, North Carolina, a record holder. They are ready to chop it up here at Piscataway. Dylan West to kick it off for Howard, coming off a 6-6 season a year ago. Says White, that is Dylan West. Some name and number changes for Howard coming into this ball game. Keep that in mind throughout the night. The season is underway. And it is Black coming out from the 10 with his first career Rutgers touch. He'll get stopped and stacked up right around the 27-yard line, which will bring us to Ethan Kaliak-Manis, the new starting quarterback for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. 17 career starts for the Golden Gophers. Transfer in here, wants to improve that accuracy map, but they believe he's gonna have a great season here.
Well, the thing with Kaliak-Manis that makes him comfortable is he's with Kirk Shiraka again. He had Kirk Shiraka when Kirk was the play caller up in Minnesota. They're on the same page, they think the same way, they think things through the same way. That's a huge positive and big step forward to come in on a new team.
It's over for Gavin Wimsett, transferred to Kentucky. He's passing on the first play, and it's a wide open receiver. And a fresh set of downs out to Ian Strong. The sophomore takes it out past the 40 on a pickup of 16 yards.
That's just smart. That's just smart football. So if you're going to give a cushion, they're going to take the cushion, right? He's sitting off 10 yards. Take the yardage, and it's exactly what he did. But nice and accurate and come out throwing.
Give it to Manunga with a massive hole. And he had one man to beat. And he was just tripped up by Gallup. Otherwise, he was gone.
Gallup is an excellent player. That's a next level player. He's going to have a chance. And he just saved the touchdown right here because he breaks out the backside and Gallup just catches that ankle. He's off to the races.
Now, there were certainly some concerns for Howard along the defensive line against a very strong and experienced Rutgers offensive line and a powerful line. Howard's strength is in the secondary. They are very experienced back there. A couple of solid plays for Rutgers to start the 2024 season. Kaliak-Manis pumps. Space. Now it closes and he chucks it into the sideline with a smart decision as we take a look at the starting lineups for the Scarlet Knights here in 2024. And again, some of the strength, of course, in the backfield. Manungai, Dymere Miller, the transfer from Monmouth, and All-American on the FCS level. Christian Dremel in the slot, certainly with some speed. And then you get the starting offensive line, Matt, which is very experienced, and Holland Pierce, very improved.
Yeah, and he's come a long way in the last 3 years. He's going to have a chance at the next level as well. 6'8", 325 pounds. He's down from 450.
Back to Monungai on 2nd and 10. Right into the waiting arms of Noah Miles. He picks up about 3.5, so it'll be the first 3rd down here for Callahan Manis in plus territory.
And so if you want to pick up some yards and just kind of get things going, you're going to go to Holland Pierce, number 72, the left tackle. You can watch him. He's just a big, he's 6'8". He's 330 pounds. He's come a long way. Oh, that's an excellent throw, but dropped.
Yeah, right off the shoulder pads of being strong over the middle. Robert Jones III was in coverage. And the crowd wants an early 4th down attempt here in the season, less than 2 minutes into the start of this opener.
And that ball was right where it had to be. Callahan Manis was right on it. Just a dropped ball.
Greg Schiano in his 5th year back at Rutgers. 16th overall, 87 wins, number 1 all time. And a timeout taken here by the Scarlet Knights. So maybe some confusion, Matt, on what was happening on the other side. Maybe some indecision whether they want to go for it. So they're taking a break. We'll step aside as well early here in the 1st.
You my little boo thing, so I'll give a hoot what you do. Say, girl, I know you a little too tame. I'll be shooting that shot like 2K, girl, I know. Tell him I'm next. Tell him you find a little something too fresh, I know. Tell him I'm next. Tell him you find a little something too fresh, I know. You my little boo thing, so I'll give a hoot what you do. Say, girl, I know you a little too tame. I'll be shooting that shot like 2K, girl, I know. Tell him I'm next. Tell him you.
Ah, yes. Unleaded 88 can save you big at the pump.
And it helps cut emissions, if it's safe for your car.
As long as it's a 2001 or newer, you're good to go.
Speaking of good, it's made with corn, which is good for local farmers.
I mean,
Farmers care more
environment,
about...
Can somebody
good
hand me that
for
socket?
all of us.
Wait.
Found it.
Does anyone have a reason not to choose unleaded 88? Thank you.
Whatever your reason, choose unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind.
Hey, I'll give you $574 if you switch.
For an ice cream? Okay.
So what about $574 for switching your home insurance to Allstate?
Tempting, but that's way too much of a hassle.
Actually, it's not. Allstate can handle the switching for you. Just call them.
But it's easy and I could save?
And you get Allstate.
Like a cherry on top.
Oh, you brought your own.
Check Allstate first and you could save hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Something about small towns.
You get to be who you are. I'm Carl Elberg, Chief of Police.
How are your murders?
Unsolved. Everyone confesses sooner or later to somebody. I just thought there might be something you'd like to tell me.
Well, you thought wrong, Sonny.
I can always tell when somebody's lying to me.
Greg Schiano taking an early timeout on a 4th and 6. Had the special teams unit out on the field. They are still gathered around him, Matt, but they are long in that timeout. Now finally breaking the huddle.
Greg is a master at this, the way he does his special teams, what he wants them to do, how he does it. He's one of the best coaches in the Big Ten.
Well, and a new formation here for Greg Schiano. Austin Riggs, the new long snapper, the grad transfer from BYU, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players lined up in a T. With the new punter, Jacob Anderson, 15 yards back. Now they shift. Anderson going to try and angle his first career college punt. And it's caught for a fair catch by Richie Ilaraza at the 10-yard line. So a 37-yard punt, nothing on the return for Greg Schiano, who will now send his defense out onto the field, and certainly one of the strong points of Rutgers last year. They had one of their best defenses in a decade and a half.
Yeah, and this is what Schiano specializes in. Wherever Greg Schiano goes, they're always going to have a good defense, and it's not disappointed here at Rutgers. That's the strength of their team, and they're able to do it without really having a pure pass rusher. He really does a great job bringing different people all the time. Now again, like Taryn mentioned earlier, they're down a bunch of guys too, so there's a lot of younger guys playing here tonight.
Facing a first-time career starter, Jay-Sean Scroggins, who hands it off to Jarrett Hunter.
Jabomi right there.
Yeah. E.J. Jabomi, the junior from Quebec, and he has been flying around in camp, and again, replacing Couture and Tyree Powell.
Yeah, he's nice because he's not being touched by anybody, so he can just sit and read and watch that back. Nice job in the eyes, and slowed down and made the tackle.
A pair of great backs for Howard. Jarrett Hunter is the MEAC preseason offensive player of the year. Scroggins left it short, and it is caught by the tight end, Nate Clark. Takes it out to the 15, so it'll be 3rd down and 5. The impact player is sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense. And that's the pair of running backs that Lewis and Longerbeam will deal with.
Yeah, James and Hunter, both of them are excellent. Both of them can take it long, and you can wear a defense down with them. Aaron Lewis is a guy, they got to get some pass rush out of him. Just excellent player on that outside, plays the run exceptionally well.
Last year, 46% on 3rd down. Scroggins keeps it himself and picks up the 1st down. Jabome held on to his legs, but he picked up 7 and a fresh set of downs.
It's a nice job up front by that offensive line. They do a good job. You're going to ride that. It's all in his eyes. It's his call. As soon as he sees that one defender left, Jabome ends up making the tackle on him, but you see his eyes are up. He has a blocker one-on-one. Nice job, nice read.
Motion man is Casey Hawthorne. He goes right to a bunch of Scarlet Knights after about 3. And for Scroggins, man, he is taking a look at a Rutgers defense that last year was top 20 in the country, 313 yards allowed, and they returned a lot of players. But again, as Taryn mentioned, they're dealing with a lot of injuries tonight.
And don't forget, let me tell you something. Larry Scott, the head coach, he's also the offensive coordinator here. They do a really good job. This is a really well-coached football team. This is a team that's coming up here thinking they can win. The mindset's right. I know Larry, I think the world of him. I think he's outstanding.
Scroggins with some play action. Got hit as he threw it, looking for the tight end. And it's incomplete from Clark. Loyal, veteran safety, trailing in coverage, and it'll be 3rd and 7. If you think about Jay-Sean Scroggins, Matt, first-year starter. Larry Scott had Quinn Williams for 4 years. What a spot to get your first career start.
Yeah, and he's going to cut a lot of pressure right in the front. And did a really nice job. Aaron Lewis does a nice job of coming off this edge to put pressure on him. Forces him to throw it fast and throw the incompletion. Nice job by Aaron Lewis getting off the edge. That's what they need consistently.
7.5 career sacks for Lewis. Scroggins on 3rd down. He's going to use his legs again. He does get to the outside, and a 1st down out to the 45-yard line. Abram Wright, the backup linebacker, who had an interception in the bowl game, made the tackle, but another 1st down with his legs.
Excellent job by Scroggins. So he sees it, and this is a called play, right? And so he's coming out the back end, nobody there. They're gonna have to get some eyes on him.
They'd like to get to the outside of the perimeter. That's Ilaraza, who had a big game last year against Northwestern. You know, you mentioned Larry Scott and Howard. They went to Evanston last year and were in a field goal game in the last 5 minutes in a 23-20 loss to Northwestern.
I called that game, and this is my first time that I saw this team, and you saw immediately all the things that make a team excellent, right? All the little things, they do them right. That's a sign of good coaching.
Rockets has looked good with some easy passes. Solid tackle in open space. Shaq Loyal, the senior from Newark, made the stop. It's a loss of 1.
Excellent job by Shaq. So what you have to do in open field now, you got to give him one way to go and one only. So he took away the outside, forced him back to the inside. He was able to get him down. Nice job by Shaq Loyal.
Now remember, for Howard, this was a drive that started on its own 10-yard line. So to get out from its own end zone, a solid job by the redshirt sophomore from Las Vegas.
See if they don't keep eyes on the quarterback.
Play clock down to 2. And Larry Scott did a 40-yard dash to get a timeout. So Howard took the play clock all the way down with a big 3rd and 7 coming up. They've converted a pair of 3rd and long on this drive. What do they have out of the timeout here in the opening quarter at Rutgers?
Today, let's paint with Behr, America's most trusted paint brand.
Wait, we don't have Behr.
Do we need that?
Well, is yours a paint and primer?
It just says ain't.
You bought ain't.
Well, with Behr, you can paint a whole room for under $100. How much did you spend?
Like a lot more.
Oh.
I thought you said you researched this.
Aren't all paints the same?
No, they're not. Don't overpay for your next project. Get Behr quality at an everyday low price. Only at the Home Depot.
Marathon knows that fans are the true co-pilot of any team. Through the good and the bad, you support your team through every season. So for every grill master, all-star athlete, and face paint fixer, know that Marathon is here to keep you and your team fueled on and off the field. Wherever the game takes you, Marathon is by your side because we're driven together.
If you want to stand for something greater, you have to run and jump, fall, and get back up again. To show that when you stand for something, it will stand forever. Gatorade. Is it in you?
Crunchy. Ooh.
Tasty.
Ah.
Sweet or savory.
Always satisfying.
Give me Blue Diamonds. Crunchy, tasty, sweet or savory. Always satisfying. Give me Blue Diamonds. Crunchy, tasty, sweet or savory. Always satisfying. Give me
Blue Diamond Almonds.
Michigan State.
Touchdown! What a night!
Florida Atlantic. Friday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Only on the Big Ten Network.
Ninth play of the Howard drive coming up here out of the timeout. Saturday, Big Ten tailgate live from Purdue's campus to set the scene for a full day of football. Fun gets going at 10 Eastern from West Lafayette, 7 Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app.
Let's see if Rutgers doesn't put a spy here on Scroggins because he's been killing them with his feet.
Yeah, well, a boardwalk here pregame. It's bigger and better this year, Matt. Scroggins certainly wasn't out there. And enjoy the petting zoo that is larger this year. More ponies. 3rd down and 7. Scroggins in the air. And it's intercepted. Picked off. Eric Rogers down the sideline with the convoy. Pick 6 Rutgers.
Receiver broke out, he threw it inside. Bad read.
And a 52-yard interception return for a touchdown for Greg Schiano's defense, who had bent a little bit, but man, oh man, did they just turn the tide.
Eric Rogers, he got on his horse, didn't he? Got down that sideline pretty quick.
And he had some of those big guys in front making sure he was at the open lane. Jai Patel on for the extra point. Rogers last year had a punt return for a touchdown. He adds a pick 6 to that career total. Patel's extra point is up and through. And just like that, 6 minutes in, Rutgers turns the tide a little bit on this ball game.
I looked to see if they kept a spy on it, and they did. You can see him in the middle of your screen. And that ball just came on his hand weird. It came back to the inside. The receiver broke to the outside, and then he just took it to the house.
Now, Isaiah Williams, the intended receiver, but yeah, not quite on the same page.
It's a nice job of converting from defense to offense. Everybody getting in to get a block. Really well done.
That also starts to change the feeling too, right? It's the opener. It's a Thursday night. First time Thursday night opener in Rutgers school history. The wait for this one has been long. You know you're missing some of the key players.
I've been down to Rutgers practices a few times, and trust me, they were brutal. Greg Schiano did not take this team lightly. He knows this is a well-coached team. He knows it's talented. And he was pressing on them pretty good.
He's allowing this crowd to get into it too. And Greg Schiano, he has talked all offseason, but particularly in camp here, Matt, about not letting the expectations turn into poison. Don't let his guys read it, taste it, drink it, any of it. Kickoff is drilled into the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. And now if you're Scroggins, man, who comes into this ball game having thrown 12 career passes, you're going well, you're using your legs, you're picking up third down, and you got to bounce back against that.
Yeah, and so now what he's got to really do is he's got to have a poor memory. You got to forget about that, move on. There's nothing you can do about it. It's only one score. Get back to doing what you're doing. If I'm the coaches right now, I'm gonna get a ball out of his hand as quickly as I can, but also encourage him to use his feet, because that's dangerous. I did notice there that they did put a spy on him on that last third down, so we'll see how this goes.
Best friend is back to the ground. Eden James breaks through for one, and he picks up 11 yards into the secondary. Loyal, another tackle, but the son of Edgerrin James, who had more than 170 on the ground against Northwestern last year, breaks a big one.
Yeah, this is a nice job by the right side of this offensive line. Everybody's getting somebody, right? They're running through that defensive front too easy.
Edgerrin James down on the sideline. He got to Miami after Greg Schiano was coming up to Rutgers, the Pro Football Hall of Famer. Son setting his own path, a very good running back. Scroggins trying to set up the screen. Great grab. And James takes that out past the 40. That looked like it was going to fall to his toes, and he picked up 5 yards.
Bo Masco did a really nice job right there, number 3. He's the corner. He was able to get to the outside and force him to come back inside so that a tackler could be made. Had he not gotten outside, the runner would have been able to get outside and get more yardage. Nice job by him.
Heavy set. Montrell Walker comes in as a second tight end. Back to Eden James, and he is stacked up.
Oh, he got stuck
by Keontae Hamilton. We talked about that connection, Miami and the James family, to Greg Schiano. With more downstairs to Taryn.
Well, it's not just the James family that has a connection. So actually, Howard head coach Larry Scott, his brother LeVar, was a linebacker at the University of Miami, while Greg Schiano was a defensive coordinator there. We mentioned Edgerrin James just missed Greg Schiano at Miami. That being said, I asked Greg if he had any Edgerrin stories yesterday, and he said, oh, I have a lot of Edgerrin stories, but the one I can tell you, he always wanted a limousine. So when he got those first NFL checks, he bought one. However, he didn't have a driver, so he was his own chauffeur for a while. Of course, Edgerrin went on to be a very successful businessman as well as an NFL player, so I'm sure he can afford a driver these days, guys.
False start. Offense.
False start. David Siegel, our referee. Matt, what'd you do with your first game check when you were selected by the Raiders?
All $3.27 of it.
Yeah, what'd you do with it? Did that buy a limo in 1980?
I had no idea.
But Greg Schiano said he had nothing but respect. Edgerrin James, so business savvy, but he wants Eden James to be his own football player, and he's certainly paving his own way.
Kid's a good player. Dad's a good dad. So and the family's a good family. That's good to see.
So after the false start, back to a 3rd and 7. Scroggins trying the near sideline, and it's well over the head of Casey Hawthorne. Solid coverage by Robert Longerbeam, who takes over as the #1 corner this year.
Yeah, Longerbeam, he's been playing for a while. He gets it. He understands. Gets in front of that, gets a nice jam at the line of scrimmage, doesn't let anybody off, and the ball's just thrown out of bounds. Good defense. I was a little surprised to see that they they were able to run the football. Howard got after that defensive front a little bit.
Yeah, so far 42 yards rushing here in the first quarter. Ben Rosenblatt back deep to receive the punt. Jadon Green. That being put more of a line drive. Rosenblatt calls for the fair catch at the 17-yard line. So a 44-yard punt, nothing on the return. Rutgers takes over, and Ethan Kaliak-Manis back on the field next.
On a hyped up Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
All aboard the hype train. We're going all the way. Woo! I heard this hype train runs an ice cold Dr. Pepper.
And the hopes of overly optimistic fans.
Hey guys, check out my new tattoo.
We are so winning it all.
Even the national media agrees.
And they're never wrong about anything.
Oh, wait. Our quarterback got injured in practice.
Okay, everyone off the hype train.
Well, that didn't last long.
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
We are always in motion. Getting this, fixing that, arriving to destinations in life and around the globe. Sometimes it's beautiful. Sometimes it's a blur. Because life never stops, you need someone you can trust to go right along with you, no matter where the future leads. Enterprise, for lives in drive.
If you know luxury, it's not just award-winning, it's rewarding. Saatva Mattresses supports all types of sleepers with durable steel coils and plush organic cotton. Luxury is handcrafted in American factories and brought directly to you with our free in-home white glove delivery service, which is why over 90% of customers would recommend Saatva to friends and family. Saatva, luxury mattresses made affordable.
Rutgers on offense, our impact players, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense. We talked about Kyle Monungai, but Dymere Miller, maybe that explosive receiver they've been waiting to get. And then on the other side, MEAC Defensive Player of the Year, Kenny Gallup Jr. in the secondary.
Yeah, so right there, you have four guys, next-level players. Monungai, Miller, Gallup, and Stewart, all are going to have a chance at that next level to play. And there's going to be some good football played in the National Football League from these guys.
And Howard has a couple of guys in the NFL off last year's roster. Fresh set it down. Scarlet Knights leading 7-0 on a 52-yard Eric Rogers interception return. They rode that for a while. Monungai got the carry, picks up about 2 yards. Right into the middle.
Yeah, you watch that offensive line. I'm watching them to see how long they stay on their blocks, and they have been. You saw Felter right there, 65. He just kept on trying to block. There's a difference in this offensive line as opposed to a year ago.
Back to Monungai, squirts through the line, cuts to the outside, and Monungai out to the 36-yard line on a solid run again.
Nice job, good vision. He's able to see it. You're gonna watch him right from the start. Just go where there's nobody, right? So you have to see all that. Monungai does that, and then he can finish with power if he has to. Runs right through an arm tackle there, gets to the next level. Very well done.
He picked up 15 yards. So his second run here in the opening quarter of 10 or more. Rutgers was lacking times last year. Explosive plays. They've had a few here in the early going. Nice cut. Dymere Miller with his first catch in a Rutgers uniform, and he's right near the marker again.
And that's what you want out of Kaliak-Manis right there. Just a nice, accurate ball. Make it easy to catch. They're able to do it. Something that they did not have a year ago was the consistency in the passing game. He's getting well protected. You can see the field. Ball comes out right where it has to. Miller with a nice catch.
And we were talking about this with offensive coordinator Kirk Shiraka yesterday. Numbers don't say accurate passer last year, right. 53%, but they believe his eyes and now being reunited with a guy who wants to start him fresh, is a chance for him to have that way up.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's on the same page with the coordinator. That makes a big difference.
Oh, what a block by Monungai.
Great job by Monungai. And there's one thing to take the fake, right? You're going to take the fake and then you kind of settle down. There's another one to take the fake and then you have to jump out to the left side because you have to take, there's one blocker coming. Watch this, he has to jump off now and boom, that is outstanding. Sticks his face right in his chest, exactly what you need to do. I can't say enough about Monungai. This kid's a legit player. You know what he is as a rusher. He protects things, he sees things, just outstanding.
He's only 26 yards on the ground away from 2,000 in his career here at Rutgers. Right, the left side, nothing there. Solid job by the front of Howard to stack that up right at the line, and it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Nice job over there on that defensive side of the ball. Clogged everything up inside. Terrence Holland, the linebacker, did a nice job. I like when it comes downhill, and when you come down, you got to be physical. Holland was exactly that.
He's on a lot of watch lists in the FCS, one of the best linebackers in the MEAC. 3rd down and 10 for the Scarlet Knights. Galiak Manis, 2 of 5, but he's had a drop here in the early going as well. He throws over the middle. It's snapped out of the air for a 1st down. A great grab. Kenny Fletcher, his tight end, took it out of the air.
Yeah, Fletcher should turn around and watch and say thank you to that offensive line. This is exactly what you're going to see. Nobody there. Outstanding job of protection up front. Gives the Galiak Manis time to be able to throw. And Fletcher is the recipient of that.
Kenny Fletcher, defensive side of the ball, switched over for the bowl prep. He's got the athleticism. They say they love that he's starting to get it. This tight end group coming into the night, 5 career catches among all of them.
Oh, nice throw.
Complete, broken up by Robert Jones III. Chris Long, the intended receiver, coming back from the injury a season ago in the opener.
Yeah, I think Chris Long had to come back to the ball just a little bit because that ball was right there. That was a pretty darn good throw. And again, he's being protected. Yeah, watch this. Your ball's going to come out, right? Oh, that's a nice job of the DB with got his hand over the top. Missed that.
On 2nd and 10, Galiak Manis keeps it for the 1st time and ahead of steam. 9 more
short
into the secondary, just short of that marker. It'll bring up 3rd down and a half a yard. But they told us yesterday, look, he's not a guy that has a ton of running stats in college, but he's more athletic than you think.
Oh no, he's got the athleticism. He also knows he knows when he has to get down. He knows when he has to get down.
Maybe 4 down territory here for the Scarlet Knights on 3rd and 1 at the Howard 35. You don't need 2 more plays. You got the 1st down with Monungai.
Yeah, that whole left side. Did you see that? The whole left side just moved 5 yards. I mean everything. You're gonna watch Holland Pierce right there, and on that left side, watch. They just move everybody. That's like stealing right there. That's a nice job on that offensive line.
I was talking to Kirk Shiraki yesterday, giving us the lesson of E equals MC squared.
Oh yeah.
Tell us how that translates to force and how they plan to run the football this year.
You got people at the line of scrimmage. See what they do.
Different running back, Samuel Brown, his 1st carry of the year. He bounces off some tacklers for 4 yards. He's been dealing with a ton of injuries in his Rutgers career, but he's finally healthy. As you said at practice this week, it's a different running back.
Absolutely. He's an impressive runner. When he gets going, that's a big man, and he can run. You got to keep him healthy. He and Monungai in there, that's a 1-2 punch that's as good as anybody in the Big Ten.
Had some injuries here in camp as well, but a bigger running back, over 220 pounds, 6'1", certainly looks different than Monungai. To Brown, chased down from behind. Kyle Davis, grad transfer from Sacred Heart, coming off the edge to make the tackle. So it'll be 3rd down and 4 for Rutgers here as we're inside of a minute of the opening quarter.
That offensive line is still moving people. There's just they let one guy go. That was it. Because that wave was already pushing about 4 yards downfield.
Well, you certainly have the size advantage for Rutgers on the front. You got the experience advantage as well. Team's expecting to run downhill. Young guy back in here on this 3rd down and 4. The 12th play of the drive is a handoff to Monungai, and Gallup came off the edge, and he's short.
Yeah, Kenny Gallup's smart. He's really smart. He kept it tight, nice and tight too. Came off the edge and then shut down. Nice. That's a good football player and a good play.
And it's a play that's going to bring us to the end of the quarter with a 4th and 1 coming up, and a decision for Greg Schiano on the other side. Scarlet Knights with a defensive touchdown. It's the offense on the move. It's a new era. And that looks the same for Rutgers fans. Up 7-0 here on Howard.
Whoa, Nelly. iPhone 15 with tons of storage. I really want one.
Yo, you've won 14 times on the LPGA Tour. Since when is one enough for you?
That is true.
Get your head out of the sand trap, switch to T-Mobile, and get 4 iPhone 15s on them. And 4 lines for just $25 a line. And you can save on every plan versus the other big guys.
Swing big at T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 15s on us and 4 lines for $25 a line.
4.
Looking for the perfect grill? Find yours at Ace, because at Ace, the perfect grill comes with free assembly and delivery, like the Weber Gas Grill, Big Green Egg Charcoal Grill, Traeger Wood Pellet Grill, and Blackstone Gas Griddle. You won't find all these premium brands and service at a warehouse store, only at your neighborhood Ace. Around the block, where you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed. Buy a new grill at Ace and get free assembly and delivery.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
When I was a little girl, that ball and me were just glued. I used to gather up as many soccer balls as I could, and I would shoot for hours upon hours. There was just a dedication and a passion that I had. I wanted to become the best player in the world, and that meant being the best version of myself, because if I was the best version of myself, then ultimately that would help the team. I looked at everything I wasn't good at, and I just worked at it. I sacrificed and dedicated myself for literally every second of my life. And 10, 15 years later, I was named the best player in the world. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have the work ethic to be able to push through and become better, you're never gonna make it to the top. I'm Carly Lloyd, World Cup champion, Olympic gold medalist, and Rutgers graduate.
Welcome back to Piscataway, where the Rutgers Scarlet Knights are up a touchdown after the first quarter. Up Coach Schiano on a pick 6 by Rogers. What do you need to do to get the offense going so they can convert, score some points for you as well here?
And we've kind of we dropped the pass on that 3rd down play. We've had some opportunities. We just got to continue to chop, be consistent with what we do, and we should be able to move the ball. But if you don't, you won't.
Twice early, Scroggins was able to convert on 3rd and long. What are you doing? What are you looking to do to try and slow him down with his legs in those situations?
Well, he's a good athlete. We got to make sure we have somebody on the quarterback run.
Thank you. Good luck. Back to Jason.
All right, Taryn, thank you very much. We'll see with that when the defense is back out. But to start the second quarter, Scarlet Knights facing a 4th and 1.
They're bringing the safety down.
No, you're good.
Oh, they bring blitz.
Did bring the blitz, and it got in the backfield. Xavier Rubio, the senior safety, dragged Monungai, and at first glance, that's a 4th down stop.
It's a nice job by that defense. They anticipated it. So what you do is you bring numbers, right? If you're going to get beat off the ball at the line of scrimmage, you got to bring extra guys, and they did just that. Brought him off the edge, and this is exactly what he does. Safety comes clean, gets a hit on Monungai. Nice job, good defense. Yeah, that's just good execution.
But it's exactly what Greg Schiano was just talking about to tear it down on the field, right? Missed opportunities. We talked about the drop pass by Ian Strong. It was in the opening drive, a wide open play down the middle. Would have kept the drive going. Right? Failed to get some points here, so the offense to this point not able to score here in this ballgame.
Well,
The third drive for Howard, and it's back to the ground. And there are bodies in the backfield. Right off the snap, and a 2-yard loss.
Nice job getting up the field. Good job of turning it back inside. Yeah, the safety came down as well. That's just a really good job. Moses Walker there, number 2. That's a good read by him.
And he's going to play a totally different role than what he thought maybe 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, how about it?
With the torn ACL to Mohamed Toure, and Irene Powell will be back at some point, but not yet. Scroggins wasn't sure where to go when he out in the open space. And he picks up 16 yards on the ground. So he has done in the offense with his legs. He's up to 42 yards rushing here in the opening half.
Well, that's what Shiano said. You know, you got to get somebody on him. That's exactly what we talked about before. The running quarterback really, most of the time, is unaccounted for. You're going to have to account for him.
And they had a quarterback battle the entire camp. Scroggins with the grad transfer from North Carolina A&T, Zach Yeager. They did not announce their starting quarterback until game day. Scroggins won the battle, and he has moved the offense tonight. Solid tackle in the backfield. DJ Jabome, we're going to hear his name a ton this season, and that's already his 4th tackle.
Jabome has good eyes. Yeah, he believes his eyes. Some linebackers don't believe their eyes. They see things that are going on, and they don't quite trust him. Jabome does a nice job of trusting his eyes.
Scroggins back to the air. Found Isaiah Williams. And another open field tackle. It's short of the 40. Shaq Loyal out in coverage. You pick up 4 yards.
Nice job by Shaq Loyal, right on top of him, right where he had to be. Also a nice ball. Good football all around. He sets up this nice 3rd down. See if we can get a pass rush out of here from Rutgers and see if we can get a big play from the offense.
And again, that's such a big part here for Scarlet Knights too. The experience in the secondary. You got Longerbeam, Igbenogson, Loyal, Rogers, Flip Dixon not playing tonight, but when he comes back, those are all returning starters for this defense.
That's a strength for them.
On 3rd and long, and a timeout taken by the Scarlet Knights defense.
I saw Joe Haramisiak on the sideline jumping up and down like his hair was on fire, so I'm sure he saw something that nobody else saw.
Sometimes the best beginnings start with a click. Start yours now with a special 4-park magic ticket. And let the magic begin at Walt Disney World Resort.
Mayotivations with Will Levis. Mayo dip be creamy. And your quarterback dreamy. Oh, hey. Mayo game day be delicious.
Old Trapper Beefs. Camping catastrophes.
So the kids want to go camping again.
Well? Yeah, let's go camping.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Gotta say, having an Old National commercial banker makes all the difference.
He anticipates what we need when we need it, like this warehouse expansion loan.
Like the equipment leasing for our production line. It's almost like John loves the gourmet pasta business more than we do.
La nuova tesseratura ha reso il processo molto più efficiente.
I didn't know John spoke Italian.
He does now.
Commercial bankers who love your business almost as much as you do. Another reason to get old.
A Taco Bell taco filled with slow-roasted chicken. Unheard of. A crispy white corn tortilla with cheese inside and out? What? Change can be scary, but it can also be delicious. The Cantina Crispy Chicken Taco, only at Taco Bell.
Scarlet Knights leading the Bison 7-0 with a 3rd down coming up. Experience the expanded Big Ten Conference like never before with Big Ten Plus. Stream thousands of non-televised live events across the Big Ten. Enjoy next day game replays for every Big Ten game. Subscribe right now at BigTenPlus.com.
Interesting set right here. So they're going to go spread out wide, but now you have to account for the quarterback's feet. Something they did not do earlier. That's wide open. Oh, they have a spy.
He was trying to set up the screen to the receiver, Hawthorne, and he dumped it right into the turf. Longer beam read it the whole way, and he was right on Hawthorne's hip pocket.
Yeah, nowhere to go with that, and they had the quarterback covered as well. They had a spy on him. They just played a man coverage and took the whole thing away. Nice job by Joe Harasimiak, the defensive coordinator.
And you wonder too, Matt, if that's why you said that maybe he was jumping up and down.
Yeah.
Where'd our spy go?
There's Joe right there with the beard. Well, everybody's got a beard over there.
The bigger one. The bigger beard. So Green on to punt it away. Ooh, almost got there.
That's a Shankadelic.
No question. Rosenblatt lets it bounce, and it checks up right around the 40-yard line. So a 23-yard punt, and Rutgers will be set up with good field position and a 7-0 lead with 12:20 to go here in the second quarter. A staple of Greg Schiano, block punts. They almost added one here in game one.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it? Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play.
New DQ Fall Blizzard menu. Returning pumpkin pie and French silk pie. This lineup is the GOAT.
Taco?
No, like the greatest of all treats kind of GOAT.
Oh.
Hurry in before they're gone. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter. I'm searching for fans who catch every single game, every single season. I'm always watching, always looking. 23B, 23C. To reward more full-time fans.
On the banks of the Raritan, the gears of progress turn. Powered by a willingness to stand for what's right. By gaining ground in the race of our lifetime. And by ensuring every step we take includes our responsibility to the future. Wherever the human race moves forward, you can be sure there's someone there. Pushing, learning, persevering. Because progress isn't just made, it's earned.
Now tomorrow, a new era of Big Ten volleyball begins when Oregon hosts Pittsburgh in a top 10 showdown. Then Tuesday, 7th-ranked Penn State and number 6 Louisville. Women's volleyball tomorrow and Tuesday, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. The 10, 2 of the top 3 teams with Nebraska and Wisconsin, both right there behind Texas. Here on the opener, the new era of the Big Ten with 18 teams spanning coast to coast. Rutgers leading Howard 7-0 on a defensive touchdown. Caliagmanis hits Chris Long on a crosser for about 4 yards. And, you know, Matt, first start for Ethan Caliagmanis in a Rutgers uniform. He's 4 of 8, but what you were saying, made some good throws.
Oh, and he has a big drop. He's seeing the field. The ball's coming out well. He's being well protected. He ran the ball pretty well. I think right now he's right where he needs to be. This is... He's on track right here.
Hey, as long as it conserves power.
Build up for the opener here for the Scarlet Knights. 7-6 a year ago. First winning record since 2014. Expectations certainly high, but you got to take care of the first one to worry about the next one. Off to Brown, and he's upcut right there one more time. Kenny Gallup, who is all over the field for Howard.
Yeah, I mentioned him before when I said he was a next-level player. Yeah, Kenny Gallup, I had him last year. He was all over the field. He sees things well. He's always in the right position. He's an excellent tackler. Just one of those players you just don't find all the time. That guy, he'll be playing in the NFL.
MEAC Defensive Player of the Year from a season ago, the 4th in Howard history. Well, 3rd and 5 for Caliagmanis. The Scarlet Knights 2 of 4 so far tonight on 3rd down. Over the middle, and it's broken up. Long the intended receiver, but again, it's Robert Jones, the 3rd, with great coverage. We talked about the secondary for Howard, all experienced players, all conference players, and they're playing like it.
Yeah, watch this. Oh, that is so good coverage. You're on the top side. That is perfect. You stay on his pocket, and then you reach around to the, look at that. That is as good as you're going to find. That's outstanding by Jonesy. I know him really well, right? So I call him Jonesy.
Yeah, he certainly has played well, a 3rd-year starter. So Jacob Anderson to punt it away. His first punt, he pinned inside the 10-yard line. They take this one all the way down to the end of the play clock.
Yeah, they called a timeout.
And taking a timeout.
That was a mistake.
That's the 2nd timeout Rutgers has used with the punt team already on the field. We'll step aside.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it. We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Shop every team in town. College and pro. Come on, it's time to go.
Big Ten fans, shop Rally House for the best selection of Big Ten team gear. From the newest arrivals to the most popular styles, there's gear for every fan at Rally House.
Jerseys, headwear, fit for a win. Shop the latest styles in the Big Ten. Rally House. It's your city, it's your house. It's the Rally House.
Shop in-store and online at rallyhouse.com.
The NFL is back on Fox for a season like no other. It all kicks off with a huge Week 1 doubleheader. First, Justin Jefferson and the Vikings take on the Giants.
What a throw!
Then Tom Brady makes his debut in the booth for America's Game of the Week as Dak leads the boys.
Holy cow!
Against Watson and the Browns.
For the touchdown!
It all kicks off September 8th on Fox, home of Super Bowl 59.
Saturdays. We're all Big Ten all morning. With Big Ten Tailgate live from campus.
Here's a whole bunch of our friends.
Then Countdown to Kickoff delivers the info you need before the action begins.
On paper, they are wonderful. They're going to do all the little things it takes to win.
It all starts at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific.
This could be fun.
Saturdays, only on the Big Ten Network.
Along with Matt Millen and Taryn Hatcher, Jason Horowitz back with you here at SHI Stadium. 10:50 to go in the second quarter, man. Rutgers already out of timeouts here in the first half. 2 of those taken with the punt team set to punt it away.
Yeah, that was a mistake, but they'll rectify that. It's the first game. It happens.
Anderson angles it again. Fair catch called for and made at the 14-yard line. So a 41-yard punt, no return. Back downstairs to Taryn Hatcher.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned Rutgers using their second timeout. It was Daryl Jumbe that called that timeout. As soon as he did, Greg Schiano started screaming, no, no, and went into that huddle. And seemed like he was talking directly to DJ throughout that entire huddle. So I don't know if it was a miscommunication in the way Rutgers set up or a miscommunication in DJ calling that timeout. But one thing's for certain, Greg Schiano was not happy with that decision, guys.
Yeah.
And you can be sure that he won't call the next timeout.
Now, he was very concerned, and then you said, look, Howard, FCS team, and there are 59 FBS versus FCS teams here in this first full weekend of college football, but won their conference each of the last 2 years. They brought a lot of good players back. That running back who is stuck at the 15-yard line.
Somebody stuck him good. Who was that?
That is Jabome, who made the stock stick right on Eaton James.
He gave him a timeout. Now, this is a nice read, but watch the force right here. Boom. Nice. Really well done. Comes in, makes the play. Big hit. Jabome's playing really well here in the first half.
Scroggins can't get away. It's Jabome again. A coming out party here in his start against Howard.
Yeah, he is playing really well. Nice job again. Good job. He's just going to run this thing down from behind. Yeah, it's really well done. Nice job. Just tracks him. Make sure you get him, and he does. Sets up this 3rd and long.
And again, when you play behind Tyree Powell at Motore the last couple of years, you know, you don't get the chance to be on the field as much. He had 15 tackles last year. He's got 7 tonight. Scroggins into traffic with the screen. And it's Jabome bringing down James short of the 20. It'll set up 4th down.
That's a great series for Jabome. That's three plays, 3 tackles, and you're out.
Could you have responded to the coach telling you not to call timeout any better than that?
That's a good series by Jabome. He just zeroed in. Really well done. I like his physicality too. I mean, when he shows up, when he's there for the tackle, he lets you know it.
6'2", 240-pound junior out of Quebec. Trying to punt it away. A wobbly boot, and Rosenblatt's going to let it bounce on the turf. Howard might have cost themselves some yards down there. A chance maybe to let that run for Saquon Osborne. He stops it right there at the 45-yard line. DJ Jabome, a name you're going to have to get to know here in the Big Ten.
Thanks. What'd you get? Oh, I got another double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double hot, double calf, double sweet. Hey, did you know that Discover doubles your cash back at the end of the first year?
You are cut off.
You earn, we match.
Debbie.
Unlimited cashback match.
Ah, yes. Unleaded 88 can save you big at the pump.
And it helps cut emissions, if it's safe for your car.
As long as it's a 2001 or newer, you're good to go.
Speaking of good, it's made with corn, which is good for local farmers.
I mean,
farmers care more about.
Can somebody hand me that socket?
Wait.
Oh, found it.
Does anyone have a reason not to choose Unleaded 88? Thank you.
Whatever your reason, choose Unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind.
Crunchy. Ooh.
Tasty.
Ah.
Sweet or savory.
Always satisfying.
Give me Blue Diamond. Crunchy, tasty, sweet or savory. Always satisfying.
Give me Blue Diamond. Crunchy, tasty, sweet or savory. Always satisfying. Give me
Blue Diamond almonds.
Big Noon is back with an epic performance from MGK. Then, it's America's #1 game. It's Big Noon Saturday on Fox. Drew Eller and Penn State take on West Virginia. Watch out! It's Big Noon Saturday, only on Fox.
It's not just a helmet, it's a symbol of pride, forged from grit, sacrifice, and strength. Proudly resting on the shoulders of warriors, steeped in history, but focused on the future. Inspiring the belief that this year could be the year. Proudly boasting battle scars and badges of achievement, rising high to victory. So come on, strap in, ball out, and fan up, because this is big.
Big Ten football is sponsored by State Farm and by Auto Owners Insurance. A win over Miami in the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. They trailed in the second half, scored 17 unanswered. And bowl games in Greg Schiano's first tenure here. Piscataway was something kind of a staple. They won bowl games in 5 of his last 7 years here at Rutgers, but last year their first in a decade, and it was a big one over Miami at Yankee Stadium.
Well, they're on the right track. They definitely are that. It's an improved football team.
Manungai cuts it to the outside and in space. Manungai gets a block and he's tripped up inside the 20-yard line. He takes it 38 yards and they're in the red zone.
Nice job of running with your eyes. It's designed to go to the inside. There's nothing there. He bounces it to the outside and he's got lots of green. So he's just going to take advantage the whole time. Nice job by Manungai's eyes.
How about the freshman, Ben Black, playing his first career college football game downfield, creating the space.
Got a little block up there.
The receiver stays on the field. He's at the bottom of your screen. Fresh set of downs. Manungai's driven back. Xavier Rubio, who's been in the backfield a couple of times, stops him at the line.
Well, they're bringing people. And sometimes they're coming clean, and that's exactly what happens here. Rubio just does a nice job. I mean, if you come clean, you better make the play. He did just that.
Matt with that run for Kyle Manungai down into the red zone. He is now the 16th player in Rutgers school history to go over 2,000 rushing yards. Fantastic career that he's adding on to. On the mark, inside the 10, and Dymere Miller down to the turf. It'll set up a 1st and goal, but all this set up thanks to the run from Manungai.
They're going hurry up.
They're going fast.
Oh, and they jump. They jump.
Penalty marker down.
Johnny, they get fucking to the 6.
David Siegel, our referee, conferring.
The previous ruling of a completed catch is under further review.
Now, they say that officials called from the replay booth to take a look at this before they jumped with a false start.
Because he jumped, definitely jumped.
But David Siegel said that they were whistled down from the replay booth before to check whether or not this is a catch here by Dymere Miller. Now remember, this is new this year. All replays will be decided at the Big Ten Replay Center in Rosemont. So they whistle it down from the field here, and then they check it in Rosemont, and that is exactly where they will find out whether or not this is a completed catch or not.
They got a brand new Rosemont facility. Isn't it gorgeous? It is. Okay, so there's a catch. He's down with his knees. That's a catch. Yeah, that's a catch.
Well, I think the other thing too, Matt, because where his knees were and where the ball was, did he have the first down? That's the other part, because on that angle, it looked like the ball was around the 7.
Well, if they're saying
the first down marker was at the 6.
Yeah, okay, so that's completely different than if it's a catch.
The receiver completed the catch and was down with the ball short of the line of game. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
He's saying exactly what we just said. It is a completed catch, but he is short of the first down.
For a false start. It'll be 3rd and 1.
So it will be 3rd down here for Rutgers instead of 1st and goal. And Larry Scott's wondering why the false start didn't happen before the replay.
Now this is the time when this offensive line has to have power right here. You got to win this push.
Everyone pushing, including Manungai from behind, and they're still pushing. Over there on the side, he looked like that the official from the far sideline came in and where he was going to be a 1st down. Howard's players are putting their 4 fingers up, but no, it is in fact a 1st down.
So this is what you want. It's all about leverage. Low man wins, right? That's football. Kaliak Manis is able to pick up that 1st down, sets up 1st and goal.
Scarlet Knights have scored a touchdown on the defense. The offense trying to get on the board for the first time this season. Keeping the play clock. It's down to 2. What a move by Manungai. He's working his way to the goal line. And he's just short at the 1. He turned a play that should have been a loss into a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, he jumped that little jump cut right there at the start of his run and was able to bounce back outside because the inside was taken away. Really well done. Now, this is all with vision, too. Boom, right there. And then he has the power to be able to run through a tackle, get it down to about the, 2-yard line, 1.5 maybe. He's tough. He reminds me so much of Isaiah Pacheco, his former teammate here a couple of years ago. He's now in Kansas City, but outstanding run.
Well, it's the yards after contact that always gets you, too. He gets the ball again. He bounces off of one and cannot get there.
Good hit.
Holland made the first hit. Gallup came in to clean it up, and it'll be 3rd down and goal.
That's a nice job, Holland. You know, watch this right here. And nobody's on him, so he has to make that hit, right? He's clean. Clean man's got to take the shot, and he does. Really well done.
Matt, are you thinking 2 plays in the end zone here from the 2?
I would.
Now remember, Rutgers does not have any timeouts left. They took their final timeout of the first half with 10:50 to go. Aliak-Manis to the air. Has Dymere Miller trying to get to the end zone. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights. The FCS All-American with his first touchdown for Rutgers.
It was his second effort that got it. Nice job. He ran through that tackler and then dove over the top, and that effort at the end was the difference in the play. You're gonna watch it right here. There's the catch. He's gonna boom, he's hit. Did you see how that second effort, the second effort is the difference in the play right there. Instead of going down, he jumps over the top of him. Really well done.
He led the FCS last year in receiving yards, was number 2 in receptions. And he puts the Scarlet Knights offense on the board for the first time. Patel adds the extra point. Ethan Aliak-Manis has his first Rutgers touchdown pass.
Whether you are running a complex manufacturing site, powering a city's changing energy and utility needs, or maintaining a large fleet of aircraft, IFS's advanced industrial AI orchestrates data and adds capabilities to your business so you can thrive and grow. IFS.ai, award-winning asset and service management software.
The Final Drive, Saturdays after football on the Big Ten Network.
Now, Ethan Aliak-Manis, 14 touchdowns a season ago, passing for the Golden Gophers. He's had some nice balls here, and he just threw his first Rutgers touchdown to Dymere Miller.
I'm going to just tell you, just a casual observation, just watching it. I've watched some of their practices, camp, and I've watched them last year a bunch, and have them right here, right now. Right now, Aliak-Manis is the difference in this offense. They can make some completions that a year ago they struggled doing. He's been pretty darn good here tonight. Not spectacular, but accurate, and that's all you need.
Coming short of the goal line, and it's the freshman Reagan coming out, and will not get back out to the 25. So that's where Howard will start once again. Well, Saturday, it is a huge slate of action on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. A 6-game quadruple header featuring the Big Ten debuts for Oregon and Washington. Go to btn.com/gamefinder for channel locations in your area. Day gets going again on Purdue's campus at 10 a.m. Eastern. Looking forward to that all the way through the night on the West Coast. Don't forget, coming up when we are done tonight, Illinois and Eastern Illinois right here on the Big Ten Network. Call this a very enjoyable long weekend of college football, Matt. They were lining up with a Wildcat, Casey Hawthorne, but flags blow this dead early.
Ball start, offense, number 50. 5-yard penalty, first down.
You can see the right guard there, Jamal Hines, number 50. He jumps the gun a little bit.
Larry Scott's team, just 77 yards of offense here in the first half, and Matt Scroggins with his legs, who's now back on the field, has been most of it. Pick up the penalty yards with a 5-yard run. Jayshawn Scroggins has 42 yards rushing in his first career start.
You can tell come up with a nice.
Yeah, Timmy Hines, Peter, backup linebacker.
Different numbers. That's a nice job by him. You're unblocked, you got to make the play.
He's working inside with Jabome as the two linebackers. And they're all unblocked into the backfield. Aaron Lewis got off the ball fast and drove him to the turf. Now, Matt Thayer hoping that the fifth-year senior can have a massive season here. He's having a good night.
Yeah, that's you put the tackle in a bad position, right? So they had to block two guys, so he got a push on Lewis, and then Lewis just ran right through it and made the play and sets up this 3rd and long.
Back to the air, trying to get outside the pocket. He's got Hamilton giving chase. What a grab!
Great catch.
Isaiah Williams completely horizontal to make that grab.
Great effort. Great effort. Great catch. He's just throwing this. This is really well done. So he has the guys underneath. He's going to take a shot down the field.
They go quick to Iloraza to try to get to the outside, but Matt, that is a massive play in this game. And nice catch, because they were about to give Rutgers the ball back on 4th down, already up 14-0. That is an unbelievable grab.
That's a nice catch. Really well done. And if he didn't catch it, the guy behind it was about to.
Isaiah Williams, grad transfer from Central Connecticut State. Larry Scott said, look, you can tell from the first practice he stepped foot on the field that he could be a difference maker this year. The country just saw why. 2:35 to go here. Quarter number 2. Scroggins taking a shot, looking for Williams.
Flag.
There's a flag right when he threw the football. And Rogers was a good coverage. Scroggins got hit. Question is, was it late? Was it to the head?
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense, number 71. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
That's Aaron Lewis. Let's see what they get him on. Here comes Aaron from the backside, and I'm waiting for the foul. Maybe helmet to helmet. Maybe that's what they called.
Well, a passer throwing the ball. Defenseless, but either way here, 15 yards. Scroggins keeps it himself. He picks up another 6 yards. And so you go back to that catch map by Isaiah Williams and how big that might be for Howard here.
Oh, yeah.
As they're trying to, remember, they get the football to start the 3rd quarter, too. As we approach 2 minutes here in the 2nd quarter, remember this, the first year that college football is going to a 2-minute timeout, right? 2 minutes, the 2nd quarter and the 4th quarter. And we have reached it. It is the 2-minute timeout. Howard and Larry Scott on the move.
We are always in motion. Getting this, fixing that, arriving to destinations in life and around the globe. Sometimes it's beautiful. Sometimes it's a blur. Because life never stops, you need someone you can trust to go right along with you, no matter where the future leads. Enterprise, for lives in drive.
If you want to stand for something greater, you have to run and jump, fall, and get back up again. To show that when you stand for something, it will stand forever. Gatorade. Is it in you?
Here's to the co-pilot, the person or pet who chooses never to leave our side as long as we're on the open road. The one who doesn't just help us pass the time. They make it worth spending. So for every cruising compadre, early morning DJ, or nighttime navigator, this is for you. Good catch, co-pilot. Wherever you're headed, Marathon is there because we're driven together.
Be the MVP on game day with a delicious lineup of tasty sliders, classic sandwiches, sweet and tangy barbecue, the world's best ham, and more. Because game day is a Honey Baked Day with the Honey Baked Ham Company.
History will be made when Oregon and Washington debut in the Big Ten.
Unbelievable!
All part of a huge slate of action. Saturday, only on the Big Ten Network.
Out of the 2-minute timeout, Jayshon Scroggins in his first career start for Howard as the Bison set up at the Rutgers 31-yard line on a 2nd and 5, and the handoff to the receiver. It's Isaiah Williams trying to get the first. He can't get there. Solid tackle, Kaj Sanders, the true freshman, starting at safety for the injured Flip Dixon.
Yeah,
it'll be 3rd and short.
3rd and short, under a yard or a yard. Now, you also have to account for the quarterback's feet right here.
And he gives it to James, has the big hole. Aiden James through the secondary and down at the 11-yard line.
That's nice running by James. Ran through some tackles, made a guy miss. Sets up 1st and goal. Just good running. Nice cut to the backside here. Then there's one tackle.
Your Howard Jr. thinking strategy. The Bison still have 2 timeouts left. We get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. Scroggins with his legs inside the 5. Jack Loyal making the stop. And Matt, to that point, Rutgers doesn't have any timeouts left. Howard obviously wants the end zone, but they want to score with as little time as possible.
Right, exactly. Well, they're going to go to this hurry up. Still have to account for the quarterback's feet.
Kept it himself, and he's hit off the edge. Jabome having one whale of a first half. He's approaching double-digit tackles in the first half alone. And a timeout taken by Howard with a 3rd down coming up. And a crucial play for Howard. Take a 30-second timeout here.
Football season already and not a satellite dish in sight.
I hardly recognize the roofs I grew up on.
Enough squawking.
Oh, great.
Coach Prime! Y'all are whining while everyone else is watching nonstop football on DirecTV. Tell me, whose house is this?
Their house?
I think they're renting.
Listen. I know they get easy access to all this football, but you know what you got?
What, Coach?
A crumb bum attitude.
Stream football without a satellite dish.
Now drop and give me 20.
20 what?
Out of the timeout, Matt, 3rd down and 1. Maybe looking at 2 plays for Howard to try to put one in the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to use the quarterback's feet right here. Spread things out, make everybody move to the outside, and then come back to the inside. Here he goes.
Gives it to Eden James, up the middle.
They just
touchdown, Howard.
They just powered it in. Just pure power. Got them on their heels and blew them out inside. Nice job. Really well done.
Edger and James looking on for the sideline. Eden James puts one in to keep Howard right in this ball game.
Yeah, they just won on power right there. Man to man. Really well done. Got to attack that line of scrimmage, and they do it.
Matt Howard had 44 yards of offense in the first 4 drives. 78 yards on that drive. The kick is up and through for Dylan West. And it all goes back to that unbelievable catch, and they cap it off too. And as Greg Schiano told Taryn coming out of the first quarter, they have to figure out a way to control Scroggins in his legs, and they have not been able to do that yet.
And also, to be honest with you, they're winning the line of scrimmage. They're beating that defensive front, which is kind of surprising to me. I think this defense has been pretty good at anchoring down and being physical. But right now, I'm watching this offensive line from Howard getting after him pretty well.
Joe Harris-Simiak, the defensive coordinator, former FCS head coach himself. The head coach at Maine, was the coach of the year in the FCS before going to Minnesota to take on a coordinator role and then coming to Rutgers. But they will have to figure out what to do with the ground game, and they have done pretty well, including a touchdown themselves. The Rutgers opening score was an Eric Rogers pick 6. We got a ball game here, Matt, with 40 seconds to go. And
I don't think anybody expected this. I think people expected a high-scoring game. I don't think you're going to get that. You're obviously not getting that. But I'm impressed. Larry Scott's done a nice job with this group. Done a nice job with his offense.
Well, and if you're Rutgers too, Matt, obviously depends on the kickoff. But 40 seconds to go before halftime. No timeouts. Howard gets the ball to start the second half. Be interesting to see how aggressive they may play this. That's with a short kickoff. He's fielded by the up man, tight end, who a fair catch. That was Mike Higgins. So the fair catch there at the 21. It will bring it out to the 25-yard line. And how'd you play this with 38 seconds to go here and no timeouts?
Yeah, I think what you have to be able to do, so they're going to play it safe. Run the football, get out the clock, go to the second half. Coach Shiano not too happy about whatever happened.
Well, because that fair catch was called outside of the 20-yard line at the spot. Remember, fair catch in college football, you bring it out to the 25. Outside the 20. So 40 seconds to go. They put those 2 seconds back on the clock, and again, no timeouts for Ethan Kaliak-Manis, who's 6 of 11 for 47 yards and a touchdown pass. Hand it off to Manungai as a whole, has the first down, and a late flag comes in from the near sideline. Now, it would have been a 15-yard run, but we have to check the marker.
No, it's going to go against Rutgers.
Looked like a hold on the outside by one of the receivers.
Holding. Offense, number 69. 10-yard penalty. Repeat. First down.
That's Kwabena Asamoah, the starting right guard.
That's pretty far downfield. You're going to see him. He's to the left side of your screen there. He gave it. That's the wrong guy.
Touch anybody, let alone hold anybody.
Yeah.
And it's
he's got a chance.
And he's through the hole. That might change the strategy as he's shoved out of bounds right around midfield.
Ooh, a flag's dropped, and Manungai's got somebody in his face talking to him.
Oh, man, it looked like he was hit late, and then you had the jawing on the sideline as well after he had broke off a 30-yard run. So you go from thinking you're going to go into the locker room up 14-7, and all of a sudden you go into field goal range.
Yeah, how about it? You got a chance right now. The only problem is you don't have any timeouts.
After the play, personal foul, laid it out of bounds. Defense, number 11, 15 yards. First down.
That is Kedrick Green.
He pops this thing, and he's off to the races right here. Oh, yeah, he hit him out of bounds.
He was pumped up about a 2. Got out of bounds, penalty. So the clock stopped with 20 seconds. Remember, inside of 2 minutes because of first downs. Like the old college football, the clock will stop. To move the chains, Kaliak-Manis trying to go to the air. Has an open receiver, and Miller Miller's inside the 20 with a first down.
And they got to hurry it up. And are they gonna clock it? They're back to the line of scrimmage, waiting on the official.
Clock stops for the first down, and they do clock it with 11 seconds on the Howard 18-yard line.
So I'd take a shot right here to the end zone, and if it's incomplete, then you kick the field goal.
Call the timeout. This will be the third and final of the half. 30-second timeout. Please adjust the game clock to 12 seconds.
Oh, nice. Just a nice route. Nice. The ball's right where it has to be. That's a huge difference from a year ago.
And Ethan Caliag-Manis is a go-to receiver. Damier Miller's got 4 grabs and a touchdown here in this opening half.
And he's been protected pretty darn well. So he's comfortable in the pocket.
Well, to your point, though, 12 seconds to go, no timeouts. You're on the 18-yard line.
You have to go to the end zone here. Take a shot. And if it don't happen, then you can kick a field goal. So you're going to run down about probably maybe 7 seconds.
Ian Strong's the tallest of the receivers. He's at the top of your screen. Howard showing blitz. Here they come. Caliag-Manis. And he got rid of it. Yep. He wanted to get rid of that football. So now Matt, with 8 seconds to go, you can take one more shot.
You can still take a shot. It can't be a longer play, so you're going to have to. Looks like they would.
Yeah, if I go to a field goal,
he's going to kick it. At 8 seconds, yeah, you're going to have to. But hey, this is 3 points they didn't think they'd get. That's a nice job of that offense bringing that ball back.
Yeah, backed up on the 21-yard line with 40 seconds, no timeouts. Then after the penalty, beyond that, Kyle Monangai put him in position and a penalty. So Jai Patel, who was 15 of 18 last year with a 36-yard field goal attempt. It is up and good. So maybe a momentum-changing drive for Greg Schiano, thanks to Kyle Monangai.
Old Trapper Beefs. One-upping.
I'm a big Old Trapper fan. Not bigger than me. I love Old Trapper. I love how tender it is. Don't forget the wood smoke flavor.
What about the clear bag?
That shows you exactly what you're getting.
Savory beef.
Quality ingredients. I'm their biggest fan. I'm their
Old Trapper, what's your beef? The official beef jerky of the Big Ten.
Will you sign my bag and my tattoo?
The Big Show, tonight on the Big Ten Network.
Greg Schiano's got 3 extra points here right before halftime and a 17-7 lead. With 4 seconds to go, both teams out of timeouts.
They've been riding Monangai. Well, he's got, what does he have now? Buck 25 maybe?
124 yards on 14 carries.
There you go. The offensive line has done a nice job protecting Caliag-Manis. Caliag-Manis he's been efficient. And I think that's, at the bare minimum, that's what they needed.
Short kickoff and a fair catch called for, made by Reagan at the 18-yard line. And your point about Kyle Monangai, you talked about him coming into this game. Yes, a new quarterback, but the same running game. And that running game with that offensive line has been put on display, and he has burst for some large plays here in the half.
Oh, yeah. He's good vision, right? And he believes his eyes. Really well done. And he's powerful. Catches the ball well. He's a complete back. I just keep on going back to the same guy. I'm a huge fan of Pacheco. I think he's one of the best backs in the NFL, and this guy reminds me a lot of him.
Well, he had a half where he's well on his way to a career high that he set last year against Temple. He's already over 100 yards here in the half, and he's going to lead Rutgers back into the locker room with a 10-point advantage. He's been great, and Jabome on the other side. Downstairs to Taryn with Greg Schiano.
Greg, Howard makes it a 1-touchdown game with 40 seconds remaining, but what do you like about the way your team responded offensively to salvage a punt out of that, or excuse me, a field goal out of that?
Yeah, that's what we do. We chop. No matter the situation, you got to go out and chop your job. I didn't really, we've done some really knucklehead things, and if we keep doing that, we're going to be in trouble. We got to stop. We got to start playing our brand of football.
We know how explosive Kyle Monangai can be, but 163 yards in this first half. He's just 2 yards off of matching his career high in a game. What can you say about what he's been able to do to carry this offense today?
Well, he's running the ball hard. He's done that all training camp. We need to make sure that we keep running it. I think Ethan's throwing it well. We just got to run our offense and stop shooting ourselves in the foot.
Thanks for the time, Coach.
Thank you.
Jason, back to you.
All right, Taryn, thank you very much. Yeah, a whale of a half for Kyle Monangai. About 40 yards away from that 166 career high. 17-7, Rutgers has the lead over Howard in the opener of this new season in the new Big Ten. Dave Revson, Howard Griffith, coming up with the halftime report when we return. Stadium, 17-7, Scarlet Knights had the lead, but nice performance from the two bands here at halftime. Take a listen. Waves from coast to coast now in the Big Ten, right? Atlantic Ocean all the way to the Pacific.
Absolutely.
Jason Horowitz, Matt Millen, Taryn Hatcher. We'll get to her down on the field in a moment. Matt, 17-7. Howard was within a touchdown, but Kyle Monangai's 39-yard run got them the field goal and a 10-point lead. He had a special first half.
Yeah, he's had an excellent first half, and they need to rely on him. We said that at the start of the game, and it's going to have to do the same exact thing into the second half. Monangai's legs and his vision and his ability to be able to run physically tough like he has been the difference in this game. That and Kaliak Manis has played pretty darn well. He's been accurate with the football. They've been making throws that they weren't making a year ago, and it's made a difference.
First half check-in sponsored by Allstate. You're in good hands with Allstate. They went over 200 yards on that final drive. They did give up over 74 yards, Matt, on the Howard last drive, and they're going to have to do something about stopping Jay-Sean Scroggins. Redshirt sophomore in his first career start with his legs.
Yep.
Very effective for Howard.
Exactly, and so we've been talking about that in the first half and saying you got to get somebody on them, and they'll do that. I mean, Greg Schiano knows it. He knew it before the game started, so they just have to get the job done.
You know, those passing yard stats there, Matt, 47 for Howard, 63 for Rutgers. Nothing about that, if you just look at it, stands out, especially knowing what Rutgers has struggled with in the passing game before, but you have said that the accuracy has been a different story.
Oh, completely different, yeah. Just thinking back to last year, they were not very accurate with the football, and now they are.
Jack Scullione to kick it away again. Anthony Reagan's going to let it go into the end zone, and this will come out to the 25-yard line to start this third quarter. Now, Matt, you came into this game knowing that their running game is big. Jay-Sean Scroggins was the unknown. What have you liked so far?
Well, I like what he's doing. I like the fact that he has been able to get loose. He's been able to kind of dictate what he wants to do with his feet. And so Rutgers is going to have to account for his feet 100%.
12 career passes coming into this game. Last year, all of those. He takes over for a 4-year starter in Quentin Williams, who had been the quarterback for Larry Scott in his entire career coaching at Howard. Turn the table, and here they are handing the ball off with a solid hole. Jared Hunter on his first carry of the second half takes it out past the 40 on a 16-yard run.
Nice job by Jared Hunter. Again, good patience, and then when he sees the hole, like here, there's the mesh, boom. Into the second level, that's just really well done. Yeah, so he's got to read that. He reads that. He's got to put it on his hip. Actually, he's got to get it in deeper than that.
Hawkins to the air, across his body. Nice ball. Casey Hawthorne to the turf, and in 2 plays, just like that, Howard across midfield.
In Rutgers territory, this is a simple route. He's inside out. He's got leverage. He knows where the ball's going to be. a good catch.
Oh,
Good
the other
throw.
part to that, too, Matt Howard, two best playmakers coming into the game. You think about Jarrett Hunter, the preseason MEAC Offensive Player of the Year, and then their best receiver, Casey Hawthorne. Neither of them able to do anything in the first half. Lewis wraps up Scroggins after a gain of 2, but on the first 2 plays, they both got touches.
Yeah, guess who else is in that again? Jabomi. He's picking up right where he left off in the first half.
And he's got 9 tackles here in the bowl game. Aaron Lewis was in on that as well. Back in the belly of Scott. And he's back in the arms of Jabome.
Yep. He's having himself a heck of a football night tonight. He's seeing everything. You can see he's just going to flow and now attack. That's just really well done.
Well, you know, the funny thing is you always talk about a spy on the quarterback, right? You're always thinking about that one, a guy who can run. They're going to need one of the offensive line to make sure they're getting to the second level on number 28.
Yeah, it's not that easy. They do a nice job of keeping him free. That's one of the reasons that he's able to get to the ball so well.
3rd and long, an empty set. Scroggins trying to use his legs. Got past Malcolm Ray, but Kaj Sanders makes the stop about 3 yards shy of the marker. And if you're Larry Scott here, it's too long for a field goal. It's early in the 3rd quarter.
I'd do it. I'd go for it right here. Your defense has been pretty good, and your offense, I'm thinking I could get this.
They are keeping the offense on the field.
Get to the edge.
A massive play here early in the 3rd quarter. They bring a blitz. Scroggins backpedaling and backpedaling. It's caught, but a beautiful play in the secondary. Desmond Igbinosun was right on the receiver, and he brought him down for a 4th down stop.
Yep, that's outstanding coverage. Igbinosun was right exactly where he had to be. Gave him no room whatsoever, made the tackle immediately, and that's the difference in the play. Got some pressure, ball comes out, Igbinosun right on top of it, makes the play.
Hey, I'll give you $574 if you switch.
For an ice cream? Okay.
So what about $574 for switching your home insurance to Allstate?
Tempting, but that's way too much of a hassle.
Actually, it's not. Allstate can handle the switching for you. Just call them.
But it's easy and I could save?
And you get Allstate.
Like a cherry on top.
Oh, you brought your own.
Check Allstate first and you could save hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
College football is steeped in tradition, and the backbone of it all is honey-baked ham. I mean, look, you got pigskins, yeah? Perfect spirals, right? Sidelines, see? Sides. And you know the fans always love a big win.
Mary, these sliders look amazing.
Oh, it was nothing really.
Game day is a honey baked day, at home or at the game with the Honey Baked Ham Company.
Whoa, Nelly. iPhone 15 with tons of storage. I really want one.
Yo, you've won 14 times on the LPGA Tour. Since when is one enough for you?
That is true.
Get your head out of the sand trap, switch to T-Mobile, and get 4 iPhone 15s on them. And 4 lines for just $25 a line.
And you can save on every plan versus the other big guys.
Swing big at T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 15s on us and 4 lines for $25 a line.
4.
The thing about favorites is they're only your favorite until a new favorite tells your old favorite to beat it.
Introducing the all-new Sonic Smasher. So good, it's about to be your next new favorite.
Yo, I'm not a big fan of change, but I'm willing to try it. I gotta tell people about this. Yo.
The all-new Sonic Smasher. Live free, eat Sonic.
Wanna live free?
Now, this is the third year Rutgers defensive coordinator Joe Harris-Simiak has been in control of this defense, and you look at where they were over the last couple of years, Matt, the improvements they've made, and with the experience they brought back this year, too, they think they can even take another step this season, too.
And they have the ability to be able to do that. Tonight, they've not been sharp tonight. Although, you got to credit on the other side, you know. Howard's done a nice job offensively.
They have come up with some big plays, including that fourth down stop. The fake, the throw, and Fletcher is chopped down in open field.
Well, you'll take that. There's 6 yards right away. 2nd and 4. I'd like to see, right now, I'd like to see Kaliak Manis just get into some kind of a rhythm. Throw the football, keep moving the ball down the field.
He was 7 of 13 passing in the opening half. Had a couple of drops in the first half, too, and a touchdown to Dymere Miller. Give to Monungai, trying the middle. He breaks to the outside and almost sprung that for a first down.
Bounced it to the outside. It's going to set up this 3rd and about a yard and a half, maybe. They're going hurry-up offense. See what they do before they can line up. Gallup is getting everybody set on the other side of the ball.
Gives it to Monungai again. Gallup met him in the hole.
It's going to be right foot, left foot. If it's the left foot, it's a first down. If it's the right foot, it's not.
Well, we talked about Jabome for Rutgers. That is the 9th tackle tonight for Kenny Gallup, the MEAC Defensive Player of the Year. And they're going to stop this for a measurement.
That looks like he's short.
Yeah, a little bit. Now, a lot of the new things, Matt, coming to college football this year, like the tablets on the sideline, communication from upstairs to the players on the field. We do not have that replay system that they're trying out in the NFL yet for the markers on third down.
They'll get there. Line. I'll tell you that Gallup is fun to watch.
Yeah. They use those replay at the U.S. Open where you go, ooh.
Ooh, that's a first.
Right there. "16 carries tonight for Kyle Monungai, who had 124 yards on the ground in the opening half. As the left side with Monungai. Keeps those legs churning. He's still running. He is breaking tackles left and right. And he picked up another 16 yards.
He's got outstanding balance. He takes a hit, he just keeps on going. Got a player down, but I want you to watch how he finishes this run. There's the cut up inside. Watch the balance right here. And just power right through. Really well done.
An injured player for Howard right towards the end of that tackle. And so while the Howard training staff attends to the injured player, we will step aside.
We see the promises you make. Doing more than your fair share. Working twice as hard. Saving lives, changing lives. And your life's work deserves nothing less than a lifetime guarantee. You made a promise. So did we. TIAA's promise of a guaranteed retirement paycheck for life is a promise that pays off.
We gave it class-leading passenger space for ultimate comfort. And the confidence of a nationwide dealer network. With the all-new Honda Prologue, we've made it easy to go electric. Just like you'd expect from a Honda. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Where does the Big Ten sports action never stop for the biggest fans of the best sports conference in the country? Big Ten Plus. Thousands of non-televised live games and events across the Big Ten. Next day on-demand game replays of televised and non-televised events. Multi-view to watch up to 4 games at once. And the 24/7 channel for your favorite school. So don't just follow the Big Ten action this season.
Unbelievable.
Hurl yourselves right into the middle line. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. What makes the Big Ten so big? For starters, it's 18 of the country's most iconic universities. It's Defend the Rock, Jump Around, and the biggest bass drum on earth big. It's a stadium so big.
They had to name it the Big House.
Go Blue. It's dotting the I big. Let's go Bucks. It's all-time leading scorer big. And now that USC, UCLA, Oregon, and Washington have joined the party, it's feeling real big. Right, Matt?
I'm ready. Fight on. Boys up. Baby.
Let's get it. Go Dogs. Nah, it's all about the O.
The Big Ten Network. This is big.
Now still to come, the doubleheader continues when the Fighting Illini square off with Eastern Illinois. Action kicks off at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Mark Followill, Jay Lehman will have the call when we are done here. Reggie Reed was able to walk off under his own power. Did you see that for Howard? All of this on a night where Kyle Monungai has 145 yards on 17 carries. On a night where he became the 16th player in Rutgers history to top 2,000 for a career on the ground. Back to Monungai again. And the big hole. Monungai maneuvering through the secondary. And he's inside the 20 and 13 more.
That's a nice job up front. And a nice job by the quarterback, Callie Manis, in getting them to this play. They brought a blitz from the left side, and they ran away from it. And they did that at the line of scrimmage. So he saw something to be able to make that move. You see he's coming from the edge. Monungai just gets out to the right side and he's off to the races. Good job.
Rutgers 40 yards on this drive, 36 of those with the legs of Monungai. Callie McManus to the air, nice fake. Kenny Fletcher snuck out of there, reaching for the pylon, and he's out of bounds inside the 5. The converted defensive lineman almost had his touchdown here in 2024.
This is what I like to see out of Callie McManus. Stay in control of this offense. Just run the football, throw short underneath. I mean, just take what they give you. That's all you have to do.
Whistles and a stoppage here.
Previous play is under further review.
And so we will get a replay here to see where he stepped out of bounds. They marked him down at the 4-yard line.
Coach Giano said to Taryn at halftime that they were making a bunch of mistakes. Let's take a look right there. He's out.
Maybe where's the ball? Maybe around the 7-yard line.
7.5.
Yeah. Depends how big your shoe is.
Yeah, good point. How wide your shoe is.
Now, there's no question that they will move this ball back here. But either way, Matt, you know, the tight end position group here for Rutgers coming into this season was a little bit of an unknown. Kenny Fletcher's played well tonight. He's got 3 grabs as the starting tight end.
Yeah, and I think they do a nice job with tight ends here. I think Penn State's another school that does a nice job with the tight ends. But they get them blocking. I think that I'm always impressed when I come here and watch them to see how they're training these kids.
Certainly brought a lot of athleticism. Here's David Siegel.
After further review, the runner stepped out of bounds with the ball at the 7.5-yard line. It is still a first down. It'll be first and goal at the 7.5.
When you think about, too, this third quarter, Howard got the ball to start the third quarter. 2 plays was into Rutgers territory. But then a 4th down stop by the Scarlet Knights. A drive here on the legs of Kyle Monungai. And an opportunity to really put some distance here midway through the third quarter.
A score here is a huge difference, right? You go up, if you're up 24-7, that's a completely different ballgame.
Monungai is 7 yards away from tying a single-game career high. They're just outside the 7-yard line. Kaliakmanis throws it to Monungai, and he's brought down in open space. Carson Hinton with a nice tackle, and he's still down. And he's calling immediately for the training staff.
Well, you can see how he's holding that right shoulder. That's probably where he hit him. Monungai is pretty thick.
They're looking at that right side of the body.
Yeah, right on the quad.
And immediately,
yeah,
Matt,
yeah,
he shows with the left hand.
Yep.
So as they look at one of their veterans in the defensive backfield, we'll step aside with 8:18 to go in the third.
Do you have a Walt Disney World moment?
Yeah, I do.
I've got something.
Let me pull it up here. Let me see if I can find it. I took selfies with my daughter on my shoulders, and we were watching the fireworks show. I would always see these dads with the kids on their shoulders, and almost like a full circle moment. Now I'm getting to do this with my daughter. And it was just really special to share that moment with her, to see her face literally light up when there's a boom of the fireworks, something I'll never forget. To be a father that takes their kids to Disney is so special to me.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I saved so much bundling, it inspired my workout. Auto! Home!
Okay, and this is Auto again, right?
Auto!
Hey, this is my living room.
Home!
Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan.
The dog isn't allowed on the couch, Derek.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Mayotivations with Will Levis. Mayo dip be creamy, and your quarterback dreamy. Oh, hey. Mayo game day be delicious.
History will be made when Oregon and Washington debut in the Big Ten. Unbelievable! All part of a huge slate of action. Saturday, only on the Big Ten Network.
Carson Hinton, the senior defensive back from Detroit, jogged to the sideline on his own. Was able to try and move his arms a little bit as he was jogging over, and they're working off what they were looking at was his right shoulder on the field. Trying to get him to list his arms, Matt. A solid tackle on Kyle Monungai.
Yeah, probably just a stinger, usually what happens. You can see they're checking his range of motion right now. Looks like he's pretty good.
Go out of the timeout, 2nd and goal. The give, up the middle, the cut, the touchdown! Kyle Monungai into the end zone!
Nice job on the right side of that offensive line. That was the difference in the play. They moved that defensive line, they moved them back at least 2 yards and then just buried them. And Monungai, with the vision and a nice cut back to the inside. Watch the right side. Look at that. Oh, that's really well done. Look at that. I mean, you can't draw it up any nicer than that.
Nice big tight ends, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Become great blockers. That's a converted defensive end with a great block, Kenny Fletcher. And Monungai capped off an 8-play drive, which he put together a lot on his own. Patel's extra point is up and through. And 24-7 with that touchdown. Kaliakmanis is leading an offense that looks pretty good and putting it together, but Kyle Monungai has tied his career high with 165 yards in this ballgame.
Yeah, he's poised to have a great year. I mean, he's had a great offseason, done everything right, everything you ask him to do. The difference in this team this year, the difference is going to be he's going to have Sam Brown to help him, number one, and he's also going to have Kaliakmanis to be able to be consistent.
Well, remember what he's coming off of, too, right? Led the Big Ten in rushing yards, and it's the yards after contact and broken tackles that everyone always talks about. But, man, again, there's a reason he got some votes in Chicago when everyone was there for Big Ten Media Day for Offensive Player of the Year in this conference.
Yeah, absolutely. And deservedly so. He's got toughness. He's powerful. He's got good balance. He's got everything you want. They just need to keep him healthy.
He has had some massive plays here in this ballgame. And again, the Rutgers offense kind of got off to a little slow start. Not so much of moving the ball, but making some mistakes. Right at fourth down, they couldn't convert a drop ball on a third and long. And the last couple of drives, Matt, they have started to put together 120 yards and a couple of scores. Squib, and it is recovered by Howard. 4 different players jump on it inside the 20-yard line. Now let's take a look at today's quick clips, brought to you by Sport Clips. That's the guy we're talking about there, Kyle Monangai.
Well, Monangai got off to an early start, and he hasn't stopped. He's been able to break tackles. He's been able to catch the ball well out of the backfield. His vision has been outstanding. He's been everything you've needed a back to be, and he's done it all tonight.
Getting that conversation there with Samuel Brown as well. The freshman Antoine Raymond, the 21, he's in that picture too. They think their running back group is very deep here this season. And a flag flies. Don't think they got that off.
Number 1, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Well, you were there last year when Howard went to Northwestern, man. Again, Northwestern at the beginning of the season, and when they finished the year 8-5, very different ball club.
Absolutely.
But Howard trailed by 16 points and came back. Only lost by 3. Scroggins dumped it off to Ilaraza. Big Benosin on the tackle along with Moses Walker. But they're going to need to get going a little bit faster here to get back in this ballgame.
Yeah, they're going to have to pick the pace up. You know, I said this earlier, and I'll repeat myself. This is a very, very well-coached football team. They understand situations. They understand, you know, all the down and distance, all that kind of stuff. This is just a good football team and well coached. So I don't think they're going to have to worry too much going forward in the season.
They've certainly shown that they've got something with Scroggins, who's taking a deep shot for his own tight end, and it's incomplete. Great coverage. Kaj Sanders, the true freshman out of Bergen Catholic, product of Newark, and he was step for step with the tight end.
Right on top of him, exactly where you want him to be.
Now, you know, Kaj Sanders getting the start tonight because Flip Dixon is out, but it has not happened since Greg Schiano returned here to Rutgers, where he has started a true freshman on opening night until tonight when Kaj Sanders got the start.
Yeah, so those are some big shoes to step into.
Certainly flashed. They think he has a massive future. On 3rd and long, Rutgers brings a blitz. Scroggins to the air, and miscommunication with Hawthorne.
Yeah, that was a mess up. Somebody messed up a route right there.
So the Scarlet Knights the touchdown, and then a quick 3 and out, and they go to the sideline. Dremel back deep to receive again for Rutgers. They've really had a chance yet to get his hands on one tonight. Rutgers almost got there. Dremel calls for the fair catch at the 42-yard line. So a 39-yard punt, nothing on the return. Rutgers in control here in the second half, thanks to Kyle Monangai and a career night here on opening night.
Old Trapper Beefs. Energy emergency. What's your beef?
I'm the Modelo Recruiter. I'm searching for fans who catch every single game, every single season. I'm always watching, always looking. 23B, 23C, to reward more full-time fans.
How can you be sure you're getting the right deal?
I have to talk to my bestie. This one's like your last boyfriend. It's got issues.
For the right used car, just say, show me the Carfax value. You'll get the most accurate price based on the vehicle's accident history. Shop at the all-new Carfax.com.
Where does the Big Ten sports action never stop for the biggest fans of the best sports conference in the country? Big Ten Plus. Thousands of non-televised live games and events across the Big Ten. Next day on-demand game replays of televised and non-televised events. Multi-view to watch up to 4 games at once. And the 24/7 channel for your favorite school. So don't just follow the Big Ten action this season.
Unbelievable.
Hurl yourselves right into the middle of it. Download the Big Ten Plus app today.
126, first on the scene.
Chlorine gas.
Dispatch, we have a problem.
Think of this as a poison cloud of death.
Oh, God. It's heading in your direction.
I won't leave you behind.
Fall back!
Ladder 126, do you copy?
911 Lone Star premieres September 23rd on Fox.
Now, last year, Rutgers had its most offensive yards rushing since 2007. And sure, Kyle Monangai gets a ton of the credit, but Matt, the offensive line is a chorus, and that group is back for one more dance this year, almost in full.
Yeah, that left side in particular, you got Holland Pierce 72 and Brian Felter 65. Zelinkus on the inside 59. When they are looking for the tough yards, that's the side they like to run to. I think this group has taken a step forward under Pat Flaherty, the offensive line coach.
It takes time for an offensive line to gel, right? Because everything has to be in unison.
Yeah, absolutely.
Howard comes with a blitz. Caliac Manis with pressure off his back foot. He had an open Miller. He didn't really have time to see him coming across the field.
It was a slow developing route because he has to come from the other side of the field. And so he's got to be able to have some time there. But they brought some pressure to the inside. So he just let it go.
Aaron's Holland, the one that knocked him to the turf.
Holland's played pretty good here tonight.
Yeah. And you highlighted that coming to the game, right? Yeah. Good linebacker, solid safety. Yeah. Howard looks like it's bringing pressure again. Hand off to Samuel Brown, who bounces off the tackler. Gets forward maybe for an extra yard.
Be nice to see Sam Brown get into some kind of rhythm here and start to get moving. Another outstanding player. He has the ability for big plays. He's got good speed. He's got toughness. He kind of runs a little high sometimes, but when he has to, he lowers his shoulders pretty good.
And also two different running styles, right? So that changes things for the defense too. They're down at 6. Scarlet Knights tonight, 5 of 8 on third down. To the ground. Brown cut the hole, and he's right there at the marker. Maybe a half yard short.
Yeah, he's short. Yeah, so what do you do here? I would trust my defense, and I'd try to go for it. Just bury him.
Go for it here on 4th and inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now here comes some big bodies.
Which is what they're doing. Extra offensive linemen onto the field. Taj White, Dante Chin, 2 extra bodies for the push. They need almost a full yard on 4th down. They push Caliac Manis, and it looks like he's got the spot. You know, Matt, so much attention paid to that play, right, in the NFL and this offseason, whether or not they would outlaw that play. They haven't. What do you think? Which is obviously a big part all over football now.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the game now. This is what it is. And every now and then, they don't get it. But for the most part, low man wins, and you just keep on pushing. Don't stop.
Yeah. Made famous so far by now Big Ten team USC and the Bush Push.
Yeah, absolutely.
A fresh set of downs here. We dip inside of 5 minutes in the third quarter. Miller could not hang on to the football.
Second drop of the night. Not his, but the second drop of the night. What I really like, though, the difference in this offense right now from a year ago is the quarterback spot. So he's giving him a chance, right? That should have been caught. He dropped that ball. But he's giving everybody a chance because the balls were supposed to be. He's been accurate. And if he can be consistently accurate, he's going to make a huge difference in this offense.
Keeps it on the rollout. He's going to keep it himself. Manis has the first down, and that's the other part, right? The quarterback run game was, because the pass game was tough, last year was so important from that position. Right. It's secondary for him, but it's still a weapon.
Absolutely. And look, he's just like, all right, you're not going to tackle me? I'll just run. That's just a good decision.
First down for Rutgers, downstairs to Taryn.
Well, and Kirk Ciarrocca was so sure that Ethan Kaliak-Manis was Rutgers' man that when he saw he entered the transfer portal, he said he gave Ethan a call and told him, I'm going to fly out to see you tomorrow. I want to talk to you face to face. He met with Ethan and his brother Dino over breakfast the very next day and said that he urged him, you got to come to Rutgers. You got to come join us. I asked Ciarrocca how confident he was after that conversation that he would end up as Scarlet Knight. And he said, I was very confident. We had to let him go explore his options, make the right decision for him. But I was pretty sure that he would land with us. And Ciarrocca also added there are times during camp where he's gone to sleep at night with a smile on his face, content that Rutgers got the right guys.
Well, and the coordination between the two. He recruited him at Minnesota. Kirk Ciarrocca came back to Minnesota after the stint at Penn State before coming here to Rutgers. In the new era of college football, it always comes back around as Samuel Brown gets the handoff and enough for the first down. But especially now, Matt, too, because coaches can talk to the quarterback on the field before the play until the play clock goes to 15 seconds. That's new in college football this year. That communication between coordinator and quarterback is so important.
Yeah, and you have to be on the same page. We mentioned this at the start of the show. They are on the same page. He coached him up at Minnesota. He knows what he's about. He understands his strengths. He understands his weaknesses. Coach Ciarrocca's done a really nice job with him, and you can see he's still developing. This is a huge difference for this Rutgers team.
To the end zone.
Back shoulder.
Trying to play Chris Long, the intended receiver. We've called Robert Jones III's name a lot in coverage, and he was the defender.
He stayed to the top side. Coach Shiano's not very happy with that. He's going to get a flag. Yeah, you're going to see he's on the top. Didn't let him play.
Right.
He did have him, but...
And to your point, the flag was thrown on the side.
Right.
Conduct. Rutgers head coach, 15-yard penalty, second down.
He's giving him an earful over there on the sideline. And remember, Matt, 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties.
He will.
Is an ejection.
Yeah. He understands what he's doing. Griggs in control.
Now with the penalty, though, much farther for Kaliak-Manis, who dumps it short. Nice grab. Brown in open space. Nobody's there. Samuel Brown, touchdown. That might ease some of the tension.
That was a completely blown coverage. Back out of the backfield in the flat. There's nobody on him. You got somebody going deep, but there's nothing, no coverage underneath. And here comes Sam Brown. Kaliak-Manis happy. He saw the whole thing.
Samuel Brown's first career receiving touchdown goes for 34 yards.
I can tell you this right now. This is a better offense because of one person. Kaliak Manis. Kaliak Manis makes the throws when he has to. He's accurate enough to give the guys a chance. That's a big difference from a year ago.
And he's got Rutgers here in full control. We'll step away for 30 seconds. Rutgers up 24.
Welcome to Hampton by Hilton. Big game tomorrow. You guys ready?
Oh, we're ready, Gus.
Which way's our room?
Bring it in. 301, 2 queens, best sleep guaranteed.
So comfy.
Nailed it. 1, 2, 3. Bravo!
Syrup.
They're hungry for the win.
Big time.
When you're playing to win, it matters where you stay. Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
31-7, the Scarlet Knights. They only led by 10 at the half. They're putting it on here in the third quarter. Well, tomorrow more football coming your way when Michigan State gets the Jonathan Smith era underway. Started against Florida Atlantic. Excitement kicks off at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Pre-game coverage gets going at 6:30 Eastern. They'll get that party going in East Lansing. Smarty will try and turn things around from last year. And this offense is starting to look different. And you think about, the change in this game, Matt. Howard made it a 1-score game with 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. But Kyle Monungai broke off a 39-yard run. There was a late hit out of bounds. Rutgers kicked a field goal, and ever since then, the offense has been unstoppable.
I think that's exactly what Rutgers needed. Rutgers needed some infusion, especially at the quarterback spot. And so, obviously, it's the first game, and they're expected to win this. They had the expectations that they were going to go out and win this thing. But I just like this. I like what I'm seeing out of Kaliak Manis. I know I'm repeating myself, but it's such a difference from what we had here in Rutgers a year ago. So, that's a big plus.
Whimson had not transferred until after spring practice when Ethan Kaliak Manis won the job. Nice first down run for Jarrett Hunter. Yet to really get going here in this ballgame. Just his 7th carry, he's picked up 24 yards. Is the MEAC preseason offensive player of the year and the head of a 2-headed backfield with Jay-Sean Scroggins. Trying to pick his way through, and there's just no space. Igbenogsen's on top of the pile. Down there on the bottom of it, Keyshawn Griffin.
Yeah, nice job by that defensive front to hold up that offensive line, give them nowhere to go.
And remember, Tarrant pointed out to start this game, the defense missing some key parts. Not just Moture, who's out for the year, but tonight playing without Wesley Bailey up front and Troy Rainey as well. Tyree Powell working his way back from the torn Achilles in February. Getting close, but not playing tonight. Outstarting safety Flip Dixon. On 3rd and short. Open receiver. Hawthorne's got the first down. Picks up an extra few yards out across the 40-yard line.
They ran across, they run double cross. Generally what ends up happening, you end up wanting to try to take the first guy, and you do. You jump that, and the second guy comes clean. Here comes inside. And they ran a crossing route as well on top of that with the wide.
Might have been the first missed tackle that DJ Jabome has had to. He has been all over the field. Another chunk for Hunter on first down.
I'll tell you this, I know Coach Schiano and how he is. He is not going to be pleased with the way they're coaching football.
Tried to go quick and an incomplete pass. They tried to find Ilaraza as they were moving fast with 27 seconds to go in the third. But to your point, Matt, they've done a great job in the passing game. Howard has 72 yards passing. But on the ground tonight, the Bison over 130. I missed maybe the other spot too. Howard tonight 50% on third down, 6 of 12. Well, they're holding Scroggins because they had some late changes. They finally back out. Quarterback keeps it himself. Cannot get away from the tackle. Bo Masco, the redshirt freshman corner, who they have high hopes for here this season with an open field tackle.
This isn't easy to do. You get out there all by yourself, it's one-on-one, you better make the play, and he does.
Which will take us, Matt, to the end of the third quarter. It is 4th down near midfield. Rutgers push the lead from 10 to 24 as we head to the fourth quarter here in Piscataway on opening night.
Thanks.
What'd you get?
Oh, I got another double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double hot, double calf, double sleeve. Hey, did you know that Discover doubles your cash back at the end of the first year?
You are cut off.
You earn, we match.
Debbie.
Unlimited cashback match.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it. We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Today, let's paint with Behr, America's most trusted paint brand.
Wait, we don't have Behr.
Do we need that?
Well, is yours a paint and primer?
It just says ain't.
You bought ain't.
Well, with Behr, you can paint a whole room for under $100. How much did you spend?
Like a lot more.
Oh.
I thought you said you researched this.
Aren't all paints the same?
No, they're not. Don't overpay for your next project. Get Behr quality at an everyday low price. Only at the Home Depot.
On Season 7 of Fansville by Dr. Pepper, the new era of college football has arrived.
What's it mean, Sheriff? The 12-team playoff. It's here.
And it's getting stranger than ever.
Someone's stealing our signs!
Dad, is it true that I was born a Tech fan?
No!
The landscape is
I
shifting.
hate menu conference.
The cast is growing.
I'm a new character.
And the game is changing.
They didn't put Dr. Pepper in this game? So unrealistic. We waited 11 years for nothing!
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
Wendy's has new saucy nugs. And if Wendy's found a way to make their nugs even better, anything is sauceable! For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's.
(31-7) Scarlet Knights the lead as we start the fourth quarter. Jason Horwitz, Matt Miller, Taryn Hatcher down on the field, and some of the unhappiness for Greg Schiano that happened at halftime and wasn't happy with what his team was doing. Maybe changed there in the third quarter on both sides of the ball. But as we start the fourth, it's a 4th down for Howard, and they need 3 yards. Scroggins off his back foot, open man, and it's a 1st down and more. Jared Hunter, ooh, and he's drilled right on the sideline.
They don't quit on him. Good for him. That's a nice job getting that ball out quick. Got pressure. He just dumped it out to the outside. Somebody didn't get to the coverage in time.
Scroggins 13 of 20 tonight. Done a lot more with his legs than with his arms, but he's going to have to throw here in the fourth. And there he takes off with his legs, trying to get away from Nick Benosin. Just got enough of him, but he had enough speed and the corner, Matt, to pick up 10 yards and a 1st down.
Picked up the first. Nick Benosin gave him chase. He was able to make the tackle, but not before he got the first. Yeah, that's just good effort. Really good effort. He can move.
There's no question about that. He has been their leading rusher all night, right from the opening drive. 76 yards on the ground tonight. for Jayshon Scroggins. Howard trying to stay in this ball game. To the air, to the end zone, and it's broken up and incomplete. Nate Clark, the intended receiver, the freshman Kaj Sanders right over his shoulder.
That's good coverage. That's right on your hip where you need to be. And then you look when he looks. Your eyes are on his eyes. Watch this. You look now straight through it. Oh, it could have been a one-handed. Didn't have control of it.
Well, you talk about placement too by Scroggins.
Yeah, nice ball. That's good defense there by the young kid.
Greg Schiano said leading into this game this week, they're going to see some faces here people aren't familiar with, and he's certainly one of them. Nice patience into the hole by Hunter. He picks up about 7. Bring up 3rd down and manageable here for Howard.
They've been able to stay there in that 3rd, 4 or something like that, right in between. And then they've been taking the chances on 4th down when they've had to that paid off for them.
I mean, they got good skill position players. They knew that coming in. Their question mark for Larry Scott was the inexperience along their offensive line, and then obviously the quarterback. Into the hole, maybe a yard shy. Jabome in on the tackle again.
And here's a 4th and 1 again. 1.5 maybe. They're staying on the field.
They picked one up to start this 4th quarter to keep this drive alive. Hunter keeps it. He's met at the line. And it's going to be close.
It looks like it's short.
And I don't think he got it. It's Rutgers football on a 4th down stand. So the second 4th down stop of the second half for the Scarlet Knights. Defense the staple, and the big stick along the defensive line.
You my little boo thing, so I'll give a hoot what you do. Say, girl, I know you a little too tame. I'll be shooting that shot like 2K, girl, I know. Tell 'em I'm next. Tell 'em you find a little something too fresh, I know. Tell 'em I'm next. Tell 'em you find a little something too fresh, I know. You my little boo thing, so I'll give a hoot what you do. Say, girl, I know you a little too tame. I'll be shooting that shot like 2K, girl, I know. Tell 'em I'm next. Tell 'em you.
Welcome to Hampton by Hilton. Big game tomorrow. You guys ready?
Oh, we're ready, Gus.
Which way's our room?
Bring it in. 301, 2 queens, best sleep guaranteed.
So comfy.
You nailed it. 1, 2, 3.
Syrup.
You're hungry for the win.
Big time.
When you're playing to win, it matters where you stay. Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
We are always in motion. Getting this, fixing that, arriving to destinations in life and around the globe. Sometimes it's beautiful. Sometimes it's a blur. Because life never stops, you need someone you can trust to go right along with you, no matter where the future leads. Enterprise, for lives in drive.
It's not just a helmet, it's a symbol of pride, forged from grit, sacrifice, and strength. Proudly resting on the shoulders of warriors, steeped in history, but focused on the future. Inspiring the belief that this year could be the year. Proudly boasting battle scars and badges of achievement, rising high to victory. So come on, strap in, ball out, and fan up, because this is big.
Now tonight, after football, Rutgers leading 31-7 here with 12:32 to go, but keep it right here. Illinois and Eastern Illinois when we are done. And then tonight after football, the Big Show delivers highlights, post-game interviews, complete analysis from opening night around the conference. Only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Ethan Kaliak-Manis' debut here for Rutgers, a good one. His former team, Minnesota, about to kick it off. North Carolina plus that Illinois game. It's all coming up tonight here on Big Ten Network. Solid patience again for Samuel Brown. And again, Kyle Monangai, we don't know if his night is done. If it is, Matt, he has tied a career high with 165 yards. But not only those two, I mean, they are confident in the depth of this position.
Oh, yeah. Well, they do. They have good depth. And they've got a young freshman here.
Antoine Raymond, who they are very excited about.
That is the guy. He's got some quicks now.
Freshman from Montreal who played in Florida last year. We'll see if we see him tonight or not. Brown bursts through the hole, and he's got a first down. As Rutgers will try and milk this clock as we're inside of 12 minutes to go. And again, they have put it, as you hope, right? You are Big Ten team, Matt. You have Kyle Monangai and an experienced offensive line. You come into the game tonight and you hope to be able to run the ball on Howard.
Yeah,
they've been able to do that tonight.
Yeah, they have. And they've done it successfully when they've wanted to and when they've needed to. And that's the bigger piece.
Gallup on the tackle. On the big guy, Samuel Brown. Let's check in with Taryn downstairs.
Well, you mentioned the big guy, Sam Brown, at 6'1", 220-plus pounds. He's got about 4 inches on his veteran counterpart, Kyle Monangai. And I asked Kirk Ciarrocca yesterday if he has any preference or if he tailors his offense to different running styles, different size running backs. And he said, I've been asked many times in my career about what kind of running back I prefer, big, small, explosive, shifty, no matter, whatever it may be. And he said, I always tell people, I just want a good running back. And he said, with these two, their explosiveness is pretty similar, so I don't have to change much. And if anything, Sam plays a big role in helping Kyle in that now that he's healthy, he can give him a little bit of a reprieve from time to time. They don't have to keep running Kyle out there when they know Sam is healthy and more than capable nowadays.
And now you were not in the Big Ten when you played at Penn State, but covering this league as long as you have, the grind of this league. And now you had different styles with the teams out west as well. You can't have Monangai running 30, 35 times. And he's right there tonight around last year's average, around 19 carries.
Yeah, I mean, they're a better team when they have 2. And you're a better team more when you have 3. So they'll do exactly what they need to do with it.
They got the playoff before the play clock hit 0. So Greg Schiano took a timeout before the snap.
Rutgers, they're first to the half.
And we will take it as well. 9:49 to go on an opening night full of expectations. And Rutgers trying to deliver.
If you know luxury, it's not just award-winning, it's rewarding. Saatva Mattresses supports all types of sleepers with durable steel coils and plush organic cotton. Luxury is handcrafted in American factories and brought directly to you with our free in-home white glove delivery service, which is why over 90% of customers would recommend Saatva to friends and family. Saatva, luxury mattresses made affordable.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin night and day. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq, a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some taking Rinvoq felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin. Plus, many had clearer skin and less itch, even at 3 years.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin, heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Mayotivations with Will Levis. Mayo dip be creamy, and your quarterback dreamy. Oh, hey. Mayo game day be delicious.
New DQ Fall Blizzard menu. Returning pumpkin pie and French silk pie. This lineup is the GOAT.
That goat?
No, like the greatest of all treats kind of goat.
Oh.
Hurry in before they're gone. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Well, part of the reason and the talk about Rutgers all over the country, certainly about the winning season a year ago and trying to keep that going. But the other part, Matt, people are talking about how large this record could be. They don't see Ohio State, Michigan, or Penn State this year. They also won't play Oregon or Iowa, the only team in this conference to avoid all 5 of those teams. Now, that doesn't make it easy. They've got Washington coming here. They've got a 11:30 Eastern kick out at USC following a World Series later this season. But certainly when people have talked about their struggles with Penn State, Michigan, and Ohio State, Caliac-Man has taken off. He's got the first down. That has been part of that conversation about what might be this year for Rutgers.
Yeah, and look, there's plenty of good teams in the Big 18. I mean, there's some good football out there. And so you don't have to go looking for the same old, right? They'll show up at your doorstep, trust me. You're going to get USC, you're going to get some UCLA, you're going to get Washington's always tough and physical. USC is usually the same way.
Washington with a whole new group after Kaylee DeBoer left for Alabama, but Jed Fish did a great job turning around Arizona. Solid throw. And that part of it there, Matt, too, the on-time delivery for Caliac-Manis has been there all night long.
It really has, and the receivers got to start coming back to the ball. You got to take a step for him. You got to go towards him. He's just waiting on that ball. That allows the defender to be able to get in on that thing. Just come back a little bit more. He knows that.
Second catch of the night for the sophomore Ian Strong. Caliac-Manis right around 60% tonight completion on the night. Remember, he was 53% last year. Samuel Brown chopped down, but he's got the first down.
He's the difference in this offense. You can see the difference between a year ago and now. It's not even close. You got some accurate balls that are being thrown. You have a chance in the passing game to actually do something. That's all on Nathan.
And the rhythm and the time feels a little bit different too.
Yeah, well, and
now, it didn't feel that way in the first quarter.
No, but as things have unfolded. And this is their first time out of the box, too.
He finds Konopka. And one of those other tight ends takes another first down. That drag play that they've been running all night long, earlier with Fletcher, there with Konopka, has been there.
Yeah, and so the thing that encourages me, if you're a Rutgers fan, is he's not been under pressure tonight at all. He has good protection. And that's another big thing. He's been accurate with the football. Ball's been coming out nice. They're running the football well. This has been a good night for him.
They're approaching 400 yards of offense here against the defending MEAC champs from a year ago. Again, Brown carrying some defenders for another 6 yards.
This is good work for that offensive line. Get in and get out on guys. Everybody coming off the ball well, not making mistakes.
Well, and the other part to that too, Matt, situations, right? You get the ball with a chance on your side of the field to wear down the other team, end the ball game on a lengthy drive, and they are trying to do that, and they are succeeding in it as well. Caliac-Manis kept it himself. Takes a hit. Jabari Knighton on the edge. Maybe here in the last 6 minutes, that's not what you want to see your quarterback do.
How about it? Well, this is his read, though, right? You're going to bite hard down on Brown, and you're just going to pull that thing and take it. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what he does.
I'm a deep play. No, it's a running play.
Transfer from Minnesota. They've talked about his leadership. Voted team captain. He's trying to ice what'll be his first victory in a Rutgers uniform. Brown's total starting to get up there as well. He's getting close to 60 yards on the ground, spelling the career night for Kyle Monangai.
Yeah, it's good to see him back. He's a big, powerful kid. Like you said, kind of a little bit different style, but he's one of those guys who's a power guy. He's just going to keep on pounding. You pound it with him, and he gets stronger as the day goes on. Monangai's the same way.
Monangai last year, nearly 40% of his yards, Matt, came in the fourth quarter. Pounding with Brown again, with the cutback, trying to keep the legs going. And he turns it inside the 3-yard line.
Runs a bit high, but he's powerful, and he keeps his legs going. Nice cut right there. Look, now he's up high. Now they're gonna. Oh, look at that. That's nice. Oh, he got excited for his guy.
Well, listen, I mean, he knows how many injuries Samuel Brown went through last year.
Yeah.
He didn't think he was healthy really until bowl practice. And his teammate Kyle Monangai had to watch him go through that. Brown's got one through the air. Kelly McManus back to the air. Touchdown, Kenny Fletcher. His first career receiving touchdown. And it's going to ice this one against Howard.
It's a good call from Straka. Up top, you're running the whole thing. Now just go ahead and throw it.
A different amount of playmakers. Right? I mean, that's the other part. Last year, the struggle to find those playmakers on the outside and get the ball to those guys. That might be a little bit better here in 2024.
Yeah, they're off to a good start, obviously, but still got a lot of work to do.
38-7. But earlier struggles, but they're putting it together here on opening night in Piscataway.
Rutgers has a quarterback.
At the Jeep Make This the Summer event, you can take a vacation from payments on the most capable Wrangler ever. Our most affordable SUV, Jeep Compass. The only open-air pickup, Jeep Gladiator. And the most awarded SUV ever, Jeep Grand Cherokee. Hurry into your Jeep brand dealer and make the most out of summer with great deals plus no payments for 90 days.
During the Jeep Make This the Summer event, get $2,000 bonus cash allowance or get 0% financing on most 2024 Jeep Wrangler gas-powered models.
Why take less when you can get a beefy 5-layer burrito, a Chalupa Supreme, a double-stacked taco, and a drink for just $7? It's Lux for less. Introducing the $7 Lux Cravings Box, only at Taco Bell.
I'm recruiting fans who stay focused and never miss a play. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans.
When I was a little girl, that ball and me were just glued. I used to gather up as many soccer balls as I could, and I would shoot for hours upon hours. There was just a dedication and a passion that I had. I wanted to become the best player in the world, and that meant being the best version of myself, because if I was the best version of myself, then ultimately that would help the team. I looked at everything I wasn't good at, and I just worked at it. I sacrificed and dedicated myself for literally every second of my life. And 10, 15 years later, I was named the best player in the world. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have the work ethic to be able to push through and become better, you're never gonna make it to the top. I'm Carly Lloyd, World Cup champion, Olympic gold medalist, and Rutgers graduate.
38-7. Rutgers in control here late in the fourth quarter against a Howard team that, again, Greg Schiano was warning about all along, as you expect him to.
Sure.
How good they might be coming in. And it looked that way in the first half. Rutgers is taking control here in the second.
Yeah, and the part of the game that they've taken control with has been the run game. And it's that big offensive line, and they've been grinding on him the whole night. And then Monungai, of course, did what he did. Now Sammy Brown's doing what he's doing. And then throw in a little bit of the passing game, and you get 38-7.
A squib kick that's bouncing towards the sideline, but Howard picks it up and then steps out of bounds. But because he picked it up inbounds, not with his feet out of bounds ahead of time, that is where Howard will take over. All right, well, still to come, the doubleheader continues here on Big Ten Network when Illinois squares off with Eastern Illinois. They're getting ready for kick there in Champaign. A marching band is on the field. They're getting ready for this Thursday night. Now, the kickoff is slid a little bit, 9:15 Eastern, 6:15 Pacific, so we'll have that for you only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Brett Bielema's squad, about 16 minutes from now, will kick off their season opener. Massive weekend here on Big Ten Network to get going in this new season and this new era. Conference realignment, 12-team college football playoff, it's all out there. And now all gets going. Izzy Hawthorne, the Wildcat quarterback, hasn't gotten as many snaps back there tonight. Couple.
Yeah, you know what? Larry Scott is going to have this team playing well by the end of the season. They'll be right back in that MEAC championship game. This is a good football team. They don't quite have enough bullets in the gun right now, but that's a good coach. This is a good team, and they'll do well.
I don't know why, Matt, that clock was stopped for about 15 seconds. The clock was stuck on 4:08 for a while. I don't know if anyone saw it. Got it back up and running, and Aaron Lewis has the running back in his grasp.
Nice job by Lewis. He did a good job holding to the outside, and then just be patient, right? You control your man at the line of scrimmage, and then when he makes his move, you disengage and make the play. It's well done.
Well, and you talked about some of the things they'll have to clean up for next week when Rutgers takes on Akron. The ground game certainly something they'll have concern about. Different offensive style when they face the Zips and Joe Moorhead next week. Former Penn State offensive coordinator, head coach there at Akron. They'll be happy with some of the fresh faces. Kyle Sanders, DJ Jabome. Long throw, too long. And it's incomplete. Solid coverage from Zylan Williams, the redshirt sophomore. And Howard has fourth down coming up.
The back end for Rutgers tonight, they had a bevy of guys who really played some good coverage. The safeties have done well. The corners have done well. Every time they've tried to throw the ball, it's been tight coverage. I've been impressed with that tonight. The one thing they don't have and didn't show tonight has been a pass rush.
No sacks tonight by either team.
A consistent pass rush.
Tristan Dremel hasn't really had a chance at a return yet. He's got a lot of space. And he picks up about 17 yards on the line drive punt. 3:02 to go in the opener. The Rutgers looking to go 1-0. Let's step aside for a second.
Here we are driving down the road, and all of a sudden, bang! Oh! Look at that. You know what we can do now? Go to SafeLight.com. They are the experts at replacing and recalibrating windshields. If you get a crack in your windshield, there's only one choice. Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Now, one of the team captains, Robert Longerbeam, was getting an earful from Greg Schiano coming off that punt return.
He's getting a coaching lesson. Yeah, I appreciate that. There's a lot of times you don't see that. The head coach will put it off on somebody else, like straighten that thing out. Not Schiano. He'll jump right in it. Give him some coaching lessons right there. Longerbeam will take him too.
Well, remember, there's a reason why special teams have been so big here. His first tenure and his second. New quarterback in on the night, Johnny Shepard with another handoff. And there's the freshman, Antoine Raymond, who almost took his first career carry to the house.
Another one, just like the others. He's got some good balance. He can burst. He's just runs through tackles. Look at him. They all hold the ball the same way. They all look the same. That's a...
Oh, and he got it again.
Tackled himself.
Yeah, the 21-yard line got it. Now, Johnny Shepard The sophomore from the Bronx played one game last year. Threw a couple of passes. That was against Wagner. So last year against an FCS opponent, tonight get some of that work as well.
Got some good size to him.
And they like his athleticism, certainly a dual threat guy. Which we have reached the 2-minute timeout. A solid debut for Cadillac Manis. 3 touchdown passes for Greg Schiano.
Whoa, Nelly. iPhone 15 with tons of storage. I really want one.
Yo, you've won 14 times on the LPGA Tour. Since when is one enough for you?
That is true.
Get your head out of the sand trap, switch to T-Mobile, and get 4 iPhone 15s on them. And 4 lines for just $25 a line. And you can save on every plan versus the other big guys.
Swing big at T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 15s on us and 4 lines for $25 a line.
4.
Be the MVP on game day with a delicious lineup of tasty sliders, classic sandwiches, sweet and tangy barbecue, the world's best ham, and more. Because game day is a Honey Baked Day with the Honey Baked Ham Company.
I'm your football-obsessed best man, and I think you having your big day during the big game is the worst. What, are you kidding me?
Physically, I'm right here, but mentally, I'm here. Yeah, I do. Come on, speed it up. When all eyes are on you, my eyes are glued to the game. Whoa! Touchdown, yeah. And if you didn't bundle your home and auto insurance, well, all of this could be tough to tackle. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Crunchy. Ooh.
Tasty.
Oh.
Sweet or savory.
Always satisfying.
Give me Blue Diamond. Crunchy, tasty, sweet or savory. Always satisfying.
Give me Blue Diamond. Crunchy, tasty, sweet or savory. Always satisfying. Give me Blue Diamond almonds.
Dave Revson, Howard Griffith with you. Impressive second half from Rutgers. Kyle Monungai, another fabulous performance.
Yeah, Kyle did an unbelievable job, but how about that offensive line opening up those holes for him? He is a phenomenal back and continues to do great things.
Tying his career high on the ground in this one as Rutgers well on its way to starting the season 1-0. Illinois will hope to do the same. They host Eastern Illinois. That game coming up next, part of our doubleheader as we open the season on the Big Ten Network. Jason?
All right, Dave, Howard, thank you very much. Yeah, that 165 yards for Kyle Monungai was finished early in the third quarter. We have not seen him since Rutgers jumped out to that 31-7 lead. It's been Samuel Brown, and now the freshman Antoine Raymond. But, Matt, you've been talking about that offensive line all night, and they're about to hit 300 yards rushing against Howard.
Yeah, and you can see the difference, and you can see the work that they put into it. They're coming off the ball low. They're driving guys off. A couple times they had the defensive front. Now, I understand it's not the same division, but they pushed him back 5-6 yards to get some room in there in that run game. So they're off to a good start.
The keep by Shepard. It'll set up about a yard shy here as we're going to go inside of a minute. Now a timeout taken. I take that back. Howard takes a timeout here with 1:17 to go. And so we'll quickly step away. 30 seconds away from SHI Stadium.
Stay ahead of your child's moderate to severe eczema. And they can show off clearer skin and less itch with Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists that helps heal your child's skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Big Ten Tailgate, Saturday, only on the Big Ten Network.
1:17 to go. Howard and Larry Scott playing to that final whistle with a 4th down coming up. Raymond tripped in the backfield, and he had pressure anyway. Howard got there to stop 4th down. A solid tackle. And the play made in the backfield by Caleb Gallup, the brother of the Defensive Player of the Year, Kenny Gallup. And Howard's offense is going to get one more chance.
Well, they just brought numbers. That's all it was. They had an extra guy.
They were doing a lot of that in the first half, too. Remember, this game was 14-7 with 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. And one of Rutgers' touchdowns was a pick six in the first quarter. The offense for the Scarlet Knights really didn't get going until that final 40 seconds when Kyle Monungai ripped off a 39-yarder. They tacked on 15 more on a late hit, and Rutgers' offense has been off and running ever since.
Yeah, and I think they need to let the quarterback let him go a little bit. They want to open this offense up, and I think we'll see that coming down the line. And I think that's the difference. I've said it a bunch of times tonight, and I'm repeating myself, but as I watch this team, the difference in this team as opposed to just a year ago was the play of the quarterback. Monungai was Monungai a year ago, and he's him again this year.
Scroggins dumped it short. Reagan couldn't handle it.
Now you're going to have to do that every week, so Kaliak Manis is going to have to get prepared and be efficient every single week, which is not easy to do. As the offensive line plays the way it did tonight and can protect them, and they can run the football the way they are, Rutgers will have themselves a really good season.
I think we'll look back on this one when it's all said and done, Matt, as the years gets going. And was this the night where they going? There's the first sack. Jordan Walker got into the backfield to give Rutgers its first sack of the season. And Howard's going to take one more timeout.
Yeah, this is just, he held on to the ball too long, and he's able to get him from the backside. Nicely done.
Walker played in 5 games last year. Again, the depth, that's part of the thing that they're trying to work on here on the front, too. The depth for this defensive front. So starting off the night here in Piscataway on a Thursday. Saturday, we got a huge slate of action all over the place. Here on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app, 6-game quadruple header with the Big Ten debuts for Oregon and Washington. Go to btn.com/gamefinder for channel locations in your area. Northwestern coming off that 8-5 season. Oregon will start against Idaho. Washington in the Jetfish era, all that still coming up. Brett Bielema back at Illinois again. That game going to kick off here as soon as we are done, about 5 minutes away from the Fighting Illini getting their season underway. On third down, Scroggins got out of there. He's got Williams. We'll see if Howard does take its final timeout with a 4th down coming up. At this point, they're not choosing to do that. And Larry Scott has led the Bison to back-to-back MEAC titles. Scroggins to the side with another great effort. Williams can't bring it in. And a turnover on downs, Matt, and Rutgers.
Good coverage.
This one down.
Good coverage all night long. Yeah, I think that'll do it right there. But I think that's a good first step for the Rutgers Knights. They are better than they were a year ago. And the most glaring part of them being better is they have some consistency at the quarterback spot.
And the other part, too, for the defense there, Matt, you come in and again, people will talk about the level of competition, and we'll see if that goes on, right? They're going to play Virginia Tech in game number 3 on the road after playing Akron next week and then a bye. But the defense was the strength of this team last year, with the exception of one drive and a couple of plays by Jay-Sean Scroggins with his legs.
Right.
Defense held pretty strong. They give to Raymond. One last play on the night. He cuts it to the outside and breaks tackles. And they're going to have one more play on the night as he's out of bounds with 7 seconds to go. And he doesn't want to give the ball to anybody.
That's good ball security right there.
It's one of those situations where you wonder if fumbling was an issue and they make you carry it around campus. Now, classes haven't started here yet, so he doesn't have to take it to biology. Now the Scarlet Knights, more than 300 yards on the ground. Raymond bursting through the hole. Not wanting to go down. And he doesn't. Raymond's first career touchdown puts triple zeros on the clock. and the icer here tonight in the opener.
That's a great run, by the way. He did not stop moving. He had great balance. He got hit a few times, and he just kept his legs churning. Really, really well done. Here it comes. There's one tackle miss. 2 tackles, 3 tackles, runs through the end. That's just a good job.
You want to put an emphatic finish on the night. The freshman just did that. And that ball Antoine Raymond can keep because it ends the game. Rutgers took a little bit of time to get going here tonight, but the finishing touches tonight on Howard, 44-7 on a night where the Scarlet Knights ran for more than 300 yards, and that's the other key right there. At Ethan Kaliak-Manis, he didn't have 3 touchdowns in the season last year until game 4. He had 3 passing touchdowns tonight.
They have a passing game in New Jersey. That's going to make a big difference.
44-7 the final here at SHI Stadium. For Matt Millen and Taryn Hatcher, I'm Jason Horwitz. Scarlet Knights move to 1-0. Let's send you to